Bruce, could you come in here for a second?
I could have used a little more cowbell.
Screen lights up, hearts beating fast, market dips low, FOMO's in my grasp, supports my line, but greed pulls me near, chasing that win, ignore my fear. Fingers it's just short, but the chart says wait. Fear and fire clash, sealing my fate. Gonna break free, rise with the flow. Sing it loud, let the rhythm grow. Don't show support, no hold it tight. Price will bounce, we're taking flight. Stand your ground, let the bulls take charge. Don't show support, we're stealing the stars. Don't show support, feel the power soar. Last bet crashed, left me in the dust. Learned my lesson, now I build my trust. Supports my rock, I read the signs, riding the wave, leaving shorts behind. Fingers itch too short, but the chart says wait. Fear and fire clash, sealing my fate. Gonna break free, rise with the flow. Sing it loud, let the rhythm grow. Don't short support, no hold it tight. Price will bounce, we're taking flight. Stand your ground, let the bulls take charge. Don't short support, we're stealing the stars. Don't short support, feel the power soar. Hold it out the line, feel the market speed. Every dip's a chance, I'm on my feet. Discipline wins, I'm playing it smart. Supports my glow, lighting up my heart. Don't show support, no hold it tight. Price will bounce, we're taking flight. Stand your ground, let the bulls take charge. Don't show support, we're stealing the stars. Don't short support, feel the power soar. Don't short support, let the price ignite. We're owning the night.
Round and round we glide on a blockchain dream. Pixels shimmer soft in a laser beam. Mining through the night for the gold unseen. Crypto tides lift high in a digital stream. Patterns twist and gleam on the candlestick glow. Whispers weave through markets in a hopeful flow. Hold out as the waves of the prices grow. Fortune hums alive where the dreamers go. We're trading in circles, can't slow down. Weaving up a future in this crypto town. Zeros and ones make the world spin around. Every coin we hold's a treasure found. Oh yeah, yeah. Every coin we hold's a treasure found. Light glows warm on a virtual shore. Ether's quiet blessings we can't ignore. Skies stretch wide through a digital door. Chasing dreams that shimmer, craving more. trading in circles, can't slow down. Weaving up a future in this crypto town. Zeros and ones make the world spin around. Every coin we hold's a treasure found. Yeah, yeah. Every coin we hold's a treasure found.
Slipped it in on you.
Spin the
Didn't hear it coming.
waves like a fortune's real. Dreams take flight in chains with a hopeful feel. Blocks rise high, turn the unreal to real. Crypto lift me high where the tides reveal. Oh, we're trading in circles, can't slow down. Weaving up a future in this crypto town. Zeros and ones make the world spin around. Every coin we hold's a treasure found. Oh yeah, yeah. Every coin we hold's a treasure found. Trade in circles, can't slow down. Weaving up a future in this crypto town. Zeros and ones make the world. All of times have come. Here, but now let go.
Wait! Stop. Bruce, could you come in here for a second?
I could have used a little more cowbell.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Oopsies. Somebody forgot to show up tonight. Oh, that's not the right one. Ooh, that's be mine. Yeah, I was out in the sun today, just kind of chasing those chicks on the beach. Oh, no, here I am. I'm in good color. Welcome, everyone, to Late Night Crypto with the Road Dog. Glad to have you here. Let me get a shout out to everybody hanging out real quick before we start diving into Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff and trying to figure out what's going on in the market. Is it good or bad? What are we listening to? Oh, I can't do this. What is this? Okay, we gotta change that up. The music changes my personality on this show, everybody. 18 people hanging out with me. We're gonna give you a shout out. Let's see, Gator Scott. Gator, why do you do that? Gator Squatch. Got it. Yes. Gator Squatch is in the house. Shout out to you, my man. Your gift for the night is the clap. Spread it around. All right. Spread the love. All right, and we got Brackus Adventures. I don't think he's still here from what I saw in the chat. I think he had to go take off. Or then we got Lil, who I think is White Wolf, who is also Soul, but I'm not for sure. Hard to keep up with sometimes. And we got Gator. If I missed you, it's because I got you blocked. You're not blocked. It's darkened out here where I clicked on it before. Duality C, good to see you here. How's it going, my man? Good to see you. So we got Strega. Good to see you. Tonight show is sponsored by some good ass coffee. I'm gonna be up all night again, apparently. What do you guys think about today? Was it all that you hoped it would be? Let me see who else we've got here. Let me just scroll on down to the bottoms here. All right, so one thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to make this a habit is early on in the show before I get all into the indices and things. Because what I want to do is go over Bitcoin. Actually, I think I laid it out earlier, right? Tonight, I did that too. Tonight we explained Bitcoin. We will go over the indices because that tells us what's going on in the market and whether, you know, kind of guides us on the roadmap. That is our roadmap. That's part of our roadmap right there. And we'll go over some of the gainers and losers. And we got some gem picks by Gator Squatch. And then there are some new token moonshots, Tokenmetrics moonshots, just popped up, and I want to chart them and see if they're. Some of them do good, and then some of them, I don't know. We gotta see if there's anything there. And then at the end screen tonight, I'm going to wait to the end screen to give an example rather than doing it during the live stream. Just put it toward the end there. If anybody's interested, they can go there or come back later. And there was a certain call this morning, and I'm sorry, it's just impractical, and we'll get a third opinion there on it too. Anyway, jumping into the charts here. Are coming way back down here. Leo Grace, there's Justin. How's it going, Justin? Good to see you. UMG Motorsports. Good to have you guys here. And anybody that might be lurking and not chatting, that's fine. Glad to have you here too. Let's let me put the chat away. Look, it's like a poof. It's magic here. Yes. Everybody say hello to Cassie. Cassie is my side chick now. Sorry, BitBoy. The Duchess of D Cups is right over here for your viewing pleasure. My male, or well, whoever might be interested in watching her subtle dance moves. Ooh. And for those of you that like something just a little bit more, I've been thinking about it. Yeah, a little bit more on I don't know, maybe the kinky side. Oh, Cassie. Oh man, now I gotta figure out who goes where. Oh man, I'm not ready to do that. I can't make the choices like this, Cassie. Man, I don't think we're set up to do that. Well, behind Cassie, do you mind taking 5 just real quick? We could either go Cassie, or we could get kinky and go with the full chicken, the naked chicken. I tell you what, I'll set them all on break, and you guys can let me know in the chat. I would say 1 for Cassie and 2 for naked chicken, because they cannot. The laws of physics deem that they cannot occupy the same space. So I think that's fair for everybody. Anyway, good to see you guys here. 19 people hanging out with me. Let's look at Bitcoin and what has happened. There were a lot of weird calls out there today, and I mean, the market gets scared. Okay, I mean, and it wasn't cool seeing another drop again. We're hoping we find bottom here. I'm like looking at these red lines. You hear me talking about the red line, the 236 Fibonacci, which we're coming back up to, by the way, or trying to. We did come up to it. So let me get some of these trackers that we had before off of there, so everything won't look so confusing. Stretch you out here. I'm on the 36 minute. I guess we could. 4 hours is a good one to watch, man. If you want a kind of a medium bird's eye view of what's going on, 4 hour, pretty cool. You can see who's involved with the negotiations right here that we talked to. This little red line. A lot of red lines on this show, I noticed. Huh, that's kind of weird. Well, I mean, not everybody looks at the market, I guess, the way that we do here on the channel. Not everybody uses. I didn't used to use this moving average either. But that little devil girl, that 666 moving average, I'm not lying, it's 666. Back test it sometime. Go back, put it on whatever chart, back test it, and see if you don't see a lot of responses to that area. The devil's in the market, people. The devil's in there, and she's tricky. She's tricky. She like to bust her bubbles a lot sometimes, but sometimes she'll flip the script and let us have a pass or two. Part of a big devious plan, I think. We just fall for it. Anyway, from up here, we're coming down. Now, you could argue that we're in an ABC correction. I would argue that we're in an ABC correction. I just would like it to be a small one and not a big one. Breaking that trend line was a big no-no that we did back at 118,000. And the rule of the game is, hey, man, you need to go reclaim that. Yeah, you lost it. You better go back up there and own up to it, Bitcoin. That's exactly what we expect you to do. Be a real currency. Go back up there and claim that responsibility. So that's what we need to see you get up there and do. We need to see a lot of things out of Bitcoin, but it's nice to see that we at least found some support here on this moving average, and we're still below that 200 though in the 4 hours, so not too happy about that. If we jump to the old daily, we'll see that kind of transcribes into this 100 moving average area, which we're holding, and you need to, because if we don't, then this guy down here in 100,000 says, hey, glad to see you back. And man, if we do it, I would like it to be over and done with in 2 days. You know, can we just do it quick and then come back up here? Because I don't want what usually would happen where we lose the momentum that we had, right? That's what this means. That's exactly what this means. All that momentum that we've been working on ever since way down here, and part of what we had before, we'll draw a trend line from that here too. If that happens, then we're losing it. We lose the 100 moving average. We're losing that momentum. Then we start getting into more stuff like this over here. I don't really want to go through that, and I don't think a lot of other people want to do that either. And the market's kind of mixed right now. Some people are thinking, well, we got to bounce today. This is it. We're going back to the moon. And then the more sensible people are seeing the more negative signs in the market, saying, hold on, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. They trying to play us right now. And because they're good at it, I'm just saying. The only thing that would save us from not doing that is like this week, like starting like now, is a big strong God green candle taking us to a new all-time high. That's my personal opinion, because remember, on the weekly, this is my warning for Bitcoin, your indicators are saying turtle, or snake. It's going to bite us, maybe. That sucker's crossing. It's already gone into the red on the weekly. The first signs of, oh my God, I should have done something back then, is happening right now. Only it happens slow. That's how you would get suckered in. Okay, this is how they get you. When it is happening, it's not like drop. Oh no, it's kind of like, that's not. No, it's probably not even going to happen at all. That's a lagging indicator, honey. That's it. It's behind the news. Clearly, you see altcoins are doing all right. We'll be all right. Bitcoin will be right back up. And we will get a little, but then this thing's going to wrap its sneaky little lips around us. Snakes don't have this scaly little body around us and just slam us down a little bit. Well, not slam us, but may just be a slow squeeze down. When they cross historically, you wish you would have done something. I'm just saying. So we got a little window of opportunity, in my personal opinion, based on past performance of how this works, where we come back up and possibly test the bottom of this trend line again. Hopefully, might not even get that high, man. It looks like we already had one attempt right over here. Let me I should get rid of some. What was that? Put that back. Who told you to move that? Oh my God! Just come in here and move things around without asking anybody. What the hell? Anyway. So we came back up to like 117. We may not even make it back up that far. I don't know. There will be a lot of different speculation here. That's more of, now some people will be interpreting this as a Wyckoff spring. Only if we go up over here at 124 for me, because those bearish indicators they are strong with the force, ladies and gentlemen. They are strong with the force. And call me crazy, but the Wyckoff, which is easier to visualize, you're just in a box until you break out of the box, and then congratulations, you are out of the box and the Wyckoff experience has now been completed. Please enjoy your rise to further glory before we wash and repeat this pattern again. So we could be doing that, and we will recover and look good, or not. Now I'm going to be measuring that with the trusty fibs. And when we start getting up these areas and trying to find those little areas, but there's a little hint already of 116 that we may not go further than that. We'll see. And if by chance I am totally wrong and the MACD is wrong, because that's who I'm listening to, I'm just telling you what the charts are saying. And if we don't, and we do go to Valhalla, well, everything's still good, right? Right? Anything that we might have sold, well, we can still catch and ride to the upside. But I think most people are making plans, and probably smart if we do too, with the small window of opportunity that we have ahead. I'm just saying, just to prepare for some shaky weather that is trying to be upon us. If she flips really bullish, we'll be the first ones to know. It's very popular saying here on YouTube. I'm going to say it too. All right, so we got some resistance up ahead. Oh, yeah, 113.6 right in that area, right there. Yeah, I mean, it looks good today. Don't get me wrong. We take what we get. On the 4 hour, we're above the 9-moving average. We're doing good. 21 is up ahead, right at our first little red line at 112.5, right through there. Good chance that even if we've already touched and got rejected, so this chance is good that we kind of bump up and start heading toward 113.5. Okay, I'm getting all this from the 4 hour. It's just chatting away. It's just saying, this is what I got. This is what I think. This is what could happen. All right, so bounces our little happy asses up through here, but we also struggle with the 100 moving average, which is crossing bearish. So lots of lost of resistance over here upon moving average strategy to 116.2 in that area, wherever the us and they shall meet. But right now, ain't too bad, is it? Sure didn't drop down to 104,000 as predicted on some people's morning shows. The reason that I'm going to do what I do at the end was an example of shorting the bottom, shorting support, trying to short support. And I see that happen all the time. And anyway, we'll get to that later. But if you just step out and draw trend lines, you would see something different. I don't know. I heard some crazy things on the way it was explained. Anyway, let's take a look now at our indices. We were doing good in all coins. You can't really see it there, so I'm going to blow it up over here. We're looking at total 3. Where are you, total 3? Why are you hiding for me like there? This is total 3 on the 4 hour. Nice, right? The magical trend line that we were looking at, looking at, that we started to look like it was trying to break but didn't, faked us out, didn't it? Well, that's what they call it, fake out. And got back in it. Bear trap. It didn't make a lower low from over here. We're watching all those things, and a lot of people thought that it was all over, but I don't think they weren't really following the trend lines, right? And now it's respecting that trend line. It threw some respect on its name. And we are getting a bounce out of these altcoins, and it does look like altcoins have got some more upside. I recommend taking advantage of it while you can, because if something happens to Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is going to go on that little tirade to the downside, yeah, we can get some retest of this very strong resistance area that we're coming back up to. Right up here where we didn't make it up there before, we did this time. Still, unless we take this little guy out 1.09 trillion, which I hope that's what we're doing now to come back up here, we just go up a little bit and then start rolling back over, and then we follow Bitcoin on that little correction that it may possibly be starting, right? According to the generals in this game, the weekly time frames, the 1 and the 2. So they are saying dark clouds are amongst us, but it doesn't mean that it's storming right now. Okay, we prepare for a storm. That is what you're going to hear me talking about, and if you don't agree, that's fine too. But maybe you can make a bullish case that I'm not seeing here. But the indicators that I'm seeing, these little things that we kind of look at, and this is total 3 against Bitcoin. Still getting a little bit more uppy there. Now overall, how are we looking as far as that? Total 3 against Bitcoin. I gotta give it to you. Did bounce in a nice area. I think we're going to have to look at this in a different manner. I had my fibs pulled to get our retracements, and now we're going to pull the fib to get our we're going to fib to pull. We're going to pull the fibs to get our resistance levels, right? All magical new resistance levels, because this ratio is based on the possibility of this being our new bottom at a bottom area. It's a little preemptive, I know, but hey. And we will apply our typical strategy here. Never changes, y'all. It's the same thing all the time. and suggest that we can get a good little uptick here on Bitcoin. Altcoins outperforming Bitcoin for quite the minute. I find that interesting. Is it altcoin season? Does it feel like altcoin season? For altcoin season, we want to. This is on the weekly, by the way. Not bad, right? What do you look like indicators here on the weekly? Are you tired yet? No, they are not. I gotta say, I'm not declaring it. I'm still not calling this as altcoin season, y'all. I'm just not doing it. But I will go for a rally now. We can have some notch, and we need one, because as much as Bitcoin dominance has dropped, and this is all we got out of it compared to what we did last time it dropped in December or November through December. Yeah, big difference, huge difference. We're nowhere near that. All right, Bitcoin dominance, where you at? Where you hiding, baby? Look at you, continue to drop. I was amazed when it broke this trend line. I didn't think it was doing. I admit that. But now that you have, and this is on the weekly, we got a whole new weekly candle there. That's pretty much almost confirmed. You still got a few things on some of these. 3 days got some support. We're at Lucy's on the daily right there. So we got the devil in the details. Here's what might be happening short term then. According to our indicators here, suggest that, well, they're not as sold on the idea, but she might be coming up a little bit. Let's see what happens. She's coming down right now. That'd be good for altcoins right as we speak. So when Bitcoin dominance falls, altcoins tend to seem to rise. And Bitcoin dominance has lost some very, very key levels. And I'm sorry if I make you dizzy by going to time frame to time frame. This is the 4 hour right here. And you can see where that we got a good chance to come down to 55%. My next level that I'm looking at there. There's a little bit of rounding that I'm seeing going on here, so she might be it may be a slow draw down there. So altcoins may not explode the way that we might hope. They might have to fight their way up, but it does look like they will be continuing on the way up for a little bit, as long as this one's dropping. She's having a moment of, what should I do? Should I go up or should I go down right now? She can't really figure it out. She's a little confused at the present moment, and I gotta say she's probably finding some support here to fib, like a 618. Yeah, see she's having to argue right now. I don't know what I want to do with my life, if I want to go up or go down. And I'm like, I don't know. I would prefer if you went down. I'm just saying, I don't. And so if she goes up here, then altcoins will feel the pain. And if she comes down here, altcoins will be happy, and everybody's, I told you, where it's altcoin season. Guys, here are the 5 coins that I'm going in for the next 3 weeks. So that's cool. Bitcoin dominance. You need to get past this devil. You need to keep on going down. That's what you need to do. Sometimes you gotta tell them. Sometimes they don't know. I honestly think they just don't know what to do sometimes, and they just like that rabbit running across the road. Here we are on the RSI for the daily, taking a dip toward the downside. Let's hope that dip continues, and that should help drag us down for Bitcoin dominance. So, altcoins, are we going to get some love this week? Is there something out there we need to be looking at for altcoins? I want to take a look at others, because that's really where all the magic's happening. That's where most of our coins are, is others here. Total 3 has a lot of the big boys in it. This is the top. This is the total market cap excluding the top 10 crypto. So we won't have stable coins. We ain't got, Ethereum or Bitcoin and Litecoin up. No, Litecoin's probably in here. I don't think it's up there yet. But on the daily, we're getting our first little green candle after we came back into this very shabbily drawn trend line on the daily. It doesn't look as impressive here. Let's see. I nipped a candle body there, and I think it kind of lines up with the bottom here. It does. Magically, it does. It skipped that, but they got here. Okay, so we're back in here too. Let's come and see the 4 hour and get a little bit more details on it. Sometimes I like to get the juicy gossip. You went down there, but oh, and you made a lower low. You fake people out. You're dirty. You naughty. Yeah, you thought you was just going to have the normal setup here, but you got in and there was whips and chains and all this other stuff. You wasn't expecting a big old butt plug, and you're like, that's not what I was expecting. Yeah. So total, you Degen altcoins right here. This is where we watch our Degen altcoins. and they want to get Degens right now. I don't know why, but they do. There is some resistance ahead, but they're saying, I don't care. And I say, hey, Degens. Let's see if we can spell that resistance that we're about to bump into right here. Oh, snap. We are really close to it. Do you see it now? It's kind of really close. So the rules of the game that are here, what I do, it's a very simple strategy that I got here, ladies and gentlemen. You either make it past this 0.5 or you can come down here, but hopefully, if we're bullish enough, if the sentiment's bullish, maybe we can catch and keep going up. But just because we go to the 1 hour to get the real skinny. No, you got rejected at that area. She's trying to figure it out. Let's see if she come down and try to go at it again. See if she try to get up there, because we might be able to get up there. I'd like to see that 618 get hit. Look over to the left over here, and you can see why. That's the first area that we have that, well, kind of marked anything big going on. We don't have to do that, by the way, but if we are going to go up, that would be good. So, you know, it's 1 hour is telling me it's still a little bit shaky for altcoins. And whether it wants to retrace here and go for it, or just roll over if Bitcoin starts doing something weird. What the warning I'm trying to get across is that I know that we're declaring altcoin season. Things are looking good, but just remember, Bitcoin ain't happy. Altcoins ain't happy either. I want to take a look at a few coins here that this is not the page I had, man. What happened? Yeah, here we go. Oh, jeez. Are you serious? Here we are. Gotcha. And we also got coins to take a look at. The Gator Squatch is, and one of them I'm familiar with. One of them I've been in for a while. The other one I'm not familiar with. Last night I was getting into this. I was trying to tell you, but I can't remember. I think I did get to talk about the 4 hour, what was going on the 4 hour. But there's a 4 hour strategies where, and the stochastics and the RSI were buried at the bottom. I think it was right when we were starting to get cut off. I was trying to share that beautiful strategy, but I can go ahead and recap it right here, how it's a good area to look for on whatever time frame that you're on for a move on the bottom. Does anybody want to hear that? Let me get some feedback from you. Maybe you don't hear about it. Let me see a bunch of ones in the chat if you want to hear about that, because I'm not sure if it went through. I think it was right when we got cut off last night. So I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. I mean, like just a flood. Get that chat rate up there, flood it with ones if you want to know about the RSI stochastic strategy that helps you to get these bottoms in. I mean, it would have been helpful for people that were trying to call shorts at support this morning, if they knew. Clearly, they didn't make it to school that day. All right, Bitcoin, what are you doing here on the 6 minute time frame? In the meantime, you coming down a little bit. She went up a little bit and then she's coming down, right? Oh my gosh, is it over? I like that you got some support there, Bitcoin. Which chart am I on? Let me get to one that oh crap, what? This is the one that I've been watching. And the pattern wise, and what I'm seeing on these smaller time frames and local, like a local pattern that we've had on here for the pattern traders ideas. I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of crazy ideas out there. People seeing head and shoulders, top patterns at bottoms and crazy stuff. But if you just take the trend lines from, even if you did it here, I mean, you could work something out here too, really. That would have been a little bit different. But still gave you something. You would have seen that as a bear trap in that idea, right? Can you see that? If you're looking at it, how it's squeezing down the falling wedge idea. But the local pattern, since we came up here and then we made a high and we made this first little low, and then there is a trend that has started to build there, and it had this little series of ins and outs there, so we add them too, and you know, it grows and expands. But this pattern is the bullish megaphony. The bullish megaphony. And or the expanding broadening wedge. It's got a real nerdy name, so we just call it the bullish megaphony, or at least the cool kids do. I don't know. It's what I do. I stick with it, and I think a lot of other people use it too, because even though it's going down, it's a bullish pattern, meaning it's got a good chance to break to the upside. In fact, it's got a pretty high rate of breaking up to the upside, 72%, which is a little bit more than that of the falling wedge, which is like 68. And this is all Thomas Bukowski stats. I don't pull them out of my ass like a lot of the other people have. And do. I don't know why they continue that. There are these patterns have been studied extensively, and you know, there are some percentages that kind of help you guide through that. Trying to get it where we can see it. I'm just trying to get it where we can see it. All right, so it made a point of decline here. That's one of the telltale signs for this particular pattern that, hey, this might be getting ready to get good. That means what the partial decline is. I always go into teaching mode. I can't help it, people. It's just what I do. I'd like to come over here and just flip through a bunch of altcoins, but I always end up in teaching mode when there comes to something that needs to be learned and or can be, that's different from what was. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, partial decline means we quit falling around this line, right? We found this area that we're starting to hold, made higher lows basically, or equal lows for a partial decline. And there was this secondary trend line right here. We broke out of that. Oh, that was a good confirmation. And we were making higher lows anyway. When you look at what's going on the microstructure down here after we got this bottom in, it was iffy here, right? But we kept making higher lows. So that was the first hopium, trying to make some kind of bottom shape, you know, and one of the first things that I'm sure was put out there. Look, it's an inverted head and shoulder, which it was, but it didn't do anything, right? And actually invalidated here, and then it just became something else. So patterns do invalidate, but you know, they grow into something else too. The best thing to look for, I think, when you're at a little bottom area like that is a box, because it consolidates. We're looking for consolidation, right? That's the easiest play, and you can even get a measure move off of that if you want. Go from wicks or bodies, whatever, but where the majority of them are, and it can give you a good estimate of where that you might be going. You can check that when we scroll up, I guess, and see. Are you stuck? Oh no, that ain't true. But you know, took us back up to our other line that we had there already. Should be a Fibonacci area. I think it's a 0.5 Fibonacci, yeah. So it took us up there. If you wanted to get all, what would it do if you went the full runt? He said runt. If you go from here, this one to that one, the full range of that. There are so many ways to take your measure move. I thought maybe there was a basic, but I'm finding out like it's very liberal. Just make sure that you do it the same way every time. It also takes us up to another area, and you'll find, if you are taking a correct measure move, meaning, you know, you're not skimping on the measurements or dragging it after you take it or something like that, but every little thing has, I mean, you could take one from everyone. You probably see something happen within price at that level. Just may not be the one that's going to signify any kind of pivot. But we went up to those areas, and now we're coming back down, which is, you know, what we would hope would happen with the measured move, right? And most likely, if we continue on down, we coming down to retest this little box that we just left, this little area. So where is that, about 110? Personally, I like to use the old Fibonacci's here, and I like to just come up here and test them out and see what's going on. Oh, nice. You've been holding that one, the 382? It looks like, we don't know yet, because it's like a full body candle, which all these little wicks look just like this until they didn't, and it went the other way. But there's still a small chance that we might bounce from here and get a nice strong ass move that could be taking us up to this area about 113.5, and maybe if we're lucky 114.250. If this one's, see, we're getting a wick there already. See that? Now it hasn't flipped or anything. So I don't know. If it doesn't, we're dropping down. And then more than likely, we might 618 it. I normally look for the 0.5 for when these big impulses move, and we should. We'll probably get a reaction here. But if we start getting into this cloud and stuff, we're in danger to coming down here, or maybe down here. I'd hate to see 109. Well, I really wouldn't, but it'd be best if we didn't. The rule of the game is here, like if we bounce here, that means that what we're trying to do now is strong, okay? Strong. And that means we can probably even get higher than this, all right? If we start dropping down to like here to the 618, that's still fairly strong, but more chance to roll over at a higher, you know, just a little higher. And oh my gosh, what happened? But if we come down for the deep ass retracement, we're more likely to range through here and then probably fall on down with that weekly bearish stuff and stuff. But just because if we can bounce, actually pull off a bounce from here, we got a really good chance, well, you know, a really good chance to come out and take out this high. And we're starting to work on a reversal. So Bouncing for here would be a strong reversal thing in my for temporary. Remember, we got some bad news ahead. I'm just saying, but I think we can go up to 118, 117, 118. Cross our fingers before, you know, then we can see what goes on there. Okay. But we don't want to forget about what the weekly is telling us, and that's why I have where are they at, man? My post-it notes. What the hell? What happened to my post-it notes? There we are. That's why I got my post-it note thingy over here, so I won't forget. I got weekly MACD 2 week. I got my little notes there. Because I don't want to get. What's all this crap? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat real quick. LTO is another gem, 46. What is it? A $4.6 million market cap. Just a heads up, MBG coin. I don't know what that one is. Gator Squad says, you don't hold Bitcoin? You need to always have Bitcoin. That's that. It seems like it's a. Trust me, you will come around to it. I mean, I know. I've been where you are. And like, no, man. All these others can roll up. I'm good with this, dog. Don't fade Bitcoin, man. Your future self will want to come back and kick your ass now. I'm just telling you. From somebody that had enough back in the day, 2013, 2014. Man, if I still had as many then, but I know, no, I'm gonna gamble. I'm just gonna see if I play with it. Basically just gambled it away, and no. It will keep going up. You always want some Bitcoin. You need to have some kind of plan for Bitcoin. I'm just telling you, friend to friend, turkey to turkey. Your future self. That's what it's all about. I'm a closet Bitcoin maxi. Behind this Degen turkey face is a man who wanted to just always keep adding to his Bitcoin. Man lost a lot of his Bitcoin with these damn altcoins by letting them support buying those altcoins when it wasn't the right time. It was not the right time. Right now is the right time. If I had waited until now to deploy my Bitcoin in altcoins, as you can see on Total 3. So that was the hard lesson I had to learn this cycle. I thought I knew it. I thought I was fine. Because I was thinking in dollars. I was not thinking in Bitcoin. I was just thinking in dollars. And I gotta say, when I come back next time, that's going to be the story that I tell. But look, this is Total 3 against Bitcoin. So right now, trading in Bitcoin for altcoins would be a move. So, but you still need to get you some Bitcoin. That's I'm saying. You just always need to get you some Bitcoin. Make sure you do. Make sure you do. Don't leave the cycle without. You just need some. Everybody needs some. But what that is the equivalent of using my Bitcoin here. So as we went down all through here, and altcoins have tanked, the value that I had, or the quantity of Bitcoin that I had, well, that's diminished too. If I'm lucky, yay, when we come back up here, I'll be right back where I started. So that's the lesson that I've learned this cycle. So if I'm lucky this cycle, I'll come back with as many Bitcoin as I had when it started, and I started putting them out as my collateral for spot margin. That will not happen next time. However, if we're smart and I started that strategy now, it's the perfect time. The perfect time to use your Bitcoin as collateral against altcoins on margin strategies like that. Coming off of a possible bottom time and altcoins starting to gain, so that's pretty cool. Because when they do, look at it, think about it back here. Last time it happened, even if you got in late, like now, like where we are right now. It doubled it up, right? You'd be doubling your Bitcoin value right there. Just catching in where we are now, missing all this. If you were like just the amazing off the bottom, and it could have, because you'd be looking at where we were before as a possible. When was this? This was COVID. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, during the pandemic, I was thinking about changing my Bitcoin for altcoins. That was what was on my mind, and I made 300%. That's yeah. Okay. Anyway, just some things. Let me take a look at some altcoins real quick. We'll take a look at Crow, get the show going because it is 44 minutes in, and okay, what's a little bit better? We got an altcoin before it got too late. This is Crow. Crow grow. Crow grow. Crow, I don't know. Look at you, Crow. Look at you go, Crow. Yeah, I'm just saying. That's nice. She did a fake out and a half. This was parabolic. I was commenting on that. That was nice. That was at 14 cents. I was still thinking about Crow when it was still down many times when we were formulating this. Remember this guy? Hey, do you remember this? Because it seems crazy when I draw these things out at the time when they form. They're like, brother, that's no. Because you'll see me just draw a trend line and it keeps going on forever. And I keep talking about this bullish megaphone pattern and how sexy they can be. And this is why. This is why they're sexy. This is why they're sexy, people. This is why they're sexy. It takes them a while, people, but they're sexy. If there's anything that I can drive at home, as opposed to what you see on the morning shows, is that when you zoom out, you really get a much better feel for what can happen than if you're just trying to zoom in on them small time frames all the time and predict what's going to predict. They're always trying to predict. Well, this is where it's going to go. I cannot imagine how the Bitcoin will not reach 104,000. I cannot imagine how this Head and Shoulders will not take us down to 104. I mean, if you zoom out, and it's less likely you still get caught up, but that's all right. Anyway, nice bounce off for a trend line that we got there. It wasn't always so juicy. That was we had to change that one. It looked like this, and that was scary. It's like, but it didn't. It was kind of like it's a 618 getting rejected, and we're kind of like, 2 humps. We didn't get our 3 humps in a dump. It doesn't always do that. Maybe this is it. Awesome. Look at you go, Crow. You just still wanting to go. I was trying to short you. I was trying to short it. I did a little bit, and then it started going against me by $1, and I said, you know what? I'm not shorting Crow. Look on that. Look at her. She's already deviating from this. She's wanting to go up. Still. So, Crow, let's take a look at you on this big-ass daily time frame. Now I've got a target over here at 26 cents. I've had that there for a while because that's the juicy target. It's not even the top of where we could go. And yeah, I would 1414, yeah. We're going to target this 1.14 fib. And this one, we're just going to take this and not use the fibs. Ooh, make sure I get it all. We're going to do an AB equals CD. It's a harmonic move. Usually with Fibonacci, but I'm not doing it with Fibonacci. I'm doing it in a way that it can make sense to people that don't understand Fibonacci if you pay attention. It's a measured move, but instead of doing it, playing it on a flag or whatever, you're wanting to make sure you take it back to where we touch bottom. So you're not doing a breakout, you're not doing a trend line, you're not putting it here or anything like that. You're putting it all the way back down to the bottom. And it's a one-to-one move. It's a simple concept, and that's how this market works. Now, do I promise you 100% that we are going to hit that target? No, I do not. But I do say you got a dang good chance to get up there, or there's abouts. Did I scream in the mic? I didn't mean to scream in the mic. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to mark you as a blue line. So we got a harmonic target right there. AB equals CD. Movie. And also another way, if you are familiar with fibs, then you know it's easy to get caught up in all the little magical tricks that especially when you learn them what you can do over here, especially like with that ABC move that we just did, right? But they ain't nothing like going back to the old basics, where you look at your last swing high and then pull and go to the swing low, and you say, well, gosh darn, you're just taking me right over here into this 886 area. That's right where we are. That's right where we got rejected. See how accurate that was? This is in retrospect, people. 886. That's normally a strong pivot point. I gotta say, I want to mark this 786 area. This is swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is gonna go. That's the secret to making this work for you. You have to use the incantation or the magical forces that be here. Through the power of God's grace and how this works, it may not happen. That's how I explain it anyway. See. All right, so, oh my God, are you making a bull flag to the upside? It's ranging between pivot points with a slight nod that we could reach that full measure move up there at 22. If it does reach that 22, now that move that I just showed you, that is called a bearish AB equals CD. Yeah, pay attention. The name is bearish AB equals CD harmonic. That means you look for them to reverse and change trend over here. For real. But there's a certain percentage of those that don't change trend. They just pull back a little bit and they keep going for a bigger move. That's another reason why I like them so much. They're so cool. Anyway, nice little trend line here for crows. We want you to try to go up for higher. See if we can get up to 22 cents a dollar and maybe beyond, but right there, maybe all she's got for the short term. Meanwhile, the flag chasers would automatically assume, and maybe we can, but it might take a little while. That might be the higher that we actually get to. Oh, I said we're 26 cents. Well, we might have an argument there. With their flag chaser. Mr. Flag Chaser! We salute you, Mr. Flag Chaser. Chasing them flags. Alright, so here's one that we looked at before that's been doing pretty good. I think Jim brought this to our attention. Jim, who comes on the show, or who shows up in the chat every once in a while. Where did we chart it at? Probably KuCoin. Okay, we didn't? Or we did? So this is Telos, which I think is an interesting project. It was down in these areas, which I'm honest, if you see anybody that charts them, it's hard to find somebody that everybody looks at them like they're horrible down here, and they are. Okay. It's a horrible zone. It even went lower because you never, the reason is it's easy to get burned on some of these ideas because they can go lower. They do go lower. They might. I think I put my first order in here when we were, somewhere in this 4 cent area. That's when I first bought.
Thank you very much.
And then we came all the way down here. But I'm still knowing. From what I'm seeing in the activity and what I found out, on GitHub and things like that, they did have some activity. Came from a decent source. I thought, okay, I'll try this little thing. I gave it a shot. Small amount. That small amount is growing. Finally, it stayed underwater for a little while. That happens. This is one that if we were to look in hindsight, now that we got our lower bottom in, probably a 113. No, not even. Not from there. What'd you get from here? That's deeper than that here, though. I'm always looking for what happens so that we can check it in the back of our mind. I like to ask questions and figure this stuff out. Well, why did this happen? Why did you go there? And here we are. So we're coming up to some resistance. If you just draw your horizontal lines there, the places I probably thought was going to bounce before. Look at the higher low. I don't know. Maybe it's going to stick. It's trying to make a double bottom. Look, there's a butt crack. And turns out there's a big old cheek right there. That's a nice rounded bottom. That's a nice one. We like rounded bottoms here. I don't know. Rounded bottoms, they say, pay the bills. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you might have a breakout, Telos. Right here. So this area about 5.7, is it 5.7 cents? It's hard to believe I'm saying that for this one. Above the 9 moving average. It's testing the 200 daily moving average. I'm on the daily. Nice scallop pattern, and it can come back. If this one does come back or do anything, I don't know, there might be a chance to get in on this, but just the best way that I've found to navigate these little guys, let's go to this last high here when it was at 36 cents. Exactly why I wanted it to get more when she's down at 3. Because I'm cool with the 10x. Okay, so we fib her out and we see that our magical fibs have found this little area right over here where, wow, look, it was support there. Support. It's crazy how the fibs know this, isn't it? Crazy how that works, isn't it? That's why I call them the magical fibs, telling us where a nice little juicy first target is for this if we want to take some profits. Moonbag, because from here at that bottom at 3 cents up to here is like 200% if you were playing around with this when we were talking about it or anything through here. Some of you might have said, oh, no, I want to pass. Some of you might have said, that might look interesting. Jim made some pretty interesting arguments over it. 190% there. Let's go to where it is right now. Let's say it comes back to the pullback. If it comes back to the pullback area at 5 something cents and gets up here, that's still moonbaggable. That's not 94% gains right there. From where we are now, though, 60% gains. So if you FOMO in now, it's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy now. You know, you would be possibly giving up on some gains that you might be able to find if we do come back and say test 200 moving average here on the 1 hour, 5.8 cents, somewhere in that area. I'll be looking for that. Maybe a wick down here. Anywhere in this little zone would be a good place to try to look for that one. Move on to another one. NMR is up, Numair. Now, I think that one was AI a long time ago. I think they've been in the game for AI for a while. They've been around for a while. They've also been up to some pretty good places, apparently. We looked at it before. When was this? This is February. They got up to $54. This is probably one I put on my radar. And there was some hype on it when she first came out. What, a cycle or two? Was it last cycle or cycle before? I can't remember. I don't even think I really understood what AI was or didn't see how it was doing anything for it. That's a pretty good come up, man. It was down here at about $8. Now it's at 18. Let's get rid of all the old stuff here. And all we got to do now, just make it simple, is $54 down here to $5.90. Crazy, right? If you got in at $6, $7 on this one, you're probably happy. I wasn't even thinking about this one at all. Hadn't heard about it. Nothing about it. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, everybody's talking about it. It's how it works in crypto. And now we got people buying into it, and it'll probably push it up here to 24 if it keeps on going. Chances are, though, that she'll probably start petering out because she is at our little match. She did pass her magical number. Now it's straight up. Went through all these moving averages, just blasted through, and your 200, your 100, your 50, all your moving averages are still down here about $9. So as much as it went up, when you look from past history, it does go up, and then it does have a tendency to come on back down. So I'm just saying, especially with what we got going on in the market. What, you mean altcoins, Ethan? Well, I mean, Bitcoin, bearish on the weekly. I mean, maybe it will go all the way up there. I'm just saying, take profits when you can, baby. It went up too high. Look at it on the 4 hour. That one's got priapism. I said it. That's a hard on that doesn't go away. If it opens a new candle over here, then the one in the 4 hour. Yeah, any candles that it opens above this line on whatever chart is an indication that it could keep on going. And the higher value that we have on that candle opening here, and the higher chances this is going to keep on going. What do you say on the 1 hour? 1 hour is already closed above it. Whew. I guess we're going to have to mark it. Look, it's a flag to the upside. Look, it's a flag to the upside. It is a trend line that is rocking its happy little ass roundedness. It broke that one though, so this one may come down and diddle with this one. So you're saying put it in a triangle and wait for it to touch the 21 moving average. I'm saying you want it to bounce off that 21 moving average or this beautiful red line where they'll probably come here about 1724 maybe. See if it gets a comeback there. Here's one that's a DPIN project. Apparently DPIN's heating up now. I had started mining this on my wife's car and I have not looked at it in like over a year. I don't know if I still got it. I think they switched chains. I think they went to Solana or something crazy like that. So I probably got screwed on whatever that transition is. That's what has been my experience before in the past. when things like that happen. Hopefully not, but it's in a rising channel. It's starting to squeeze a little bit, though. That's kind of cool, though. Where were you? 5 cents? And now you're back at 11? But you were up like at 30 something before, right? Yeah. See, it's been up here quite a bit. D-Pen got poo-pooed on. D-Pen got poo-pooed. Look at this beautiful flag to the upside here at 49 cents when everybody was talking about it and drawing flags and saying it can go up to $1 or wherever it may go. I guarantee you there were people that were whoa. That's how I erase all my indicators. Oh my gosh. Please don't do that. That's how I keep erasing them. Hate when that happens. So Demo's on the rise here. Let's just see how, just track it, see how it's doing. Man, she dumped bad. I tested a 236 Fibonacci, right? Yeah. I'd like to see you hit that 19-20 cent area. That's a lot to ask of you right now, but maybe it's your time to shine for a minute. You're getting tired right now, though. She's getting tired right now, according to our indicators here. Money flow is trying to slowly come up on the 4 hour. That's always a good sign. So this little yellow thing's starting to head to the downside, trying to cross that little middle line, and that will be a bearish sign. Probably get a little red dot here. Hadn't happened yet, though. What do you look like on the 4 hour? Come down for juicy details, see? Here we got our MACD cross. Yeah, that's probably a good rejection here. You're below the 9-moving average. Oh, we can talk bad about you. Yeah, you're a piece of crap. You're coming down now, man. It's all over, dude. You're going to fall. You're going to fall. We'll talk bad to him now. And, what, 7.5 cents? 5, 6 cents? If she's going to go back up, that's where she would be looking at bouncing at, in my personal opinion. We could get the fibs out. I may come back to the chat here. We were supposed to do something, and I was going to see if we got a bunch of ones or not. Did we ever get those ones? Not in area 1. Okay. Well, we'll save that for some kind of sparse video then. Ave says, hey, could you have that talk with Peppy? Just a little. Thank you, Ave. Oops, I forgot. That went away from. Oh, snap. What's this? I always bring up the Telegram group before instead of the chat. They just must look the same. There we are. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, as always. Appreciate your support. Appreciate all you do, Ave. I really do. The little clip that we had at the beginning of the program with the cowbell, that came from Ave. Alright, so what is Pepe doing? From here, after we take a look at Pepe, we're going to get into the gem picks. And then we will, I got just a few more coins to go over. I'm planning on taking a look at Pengu, Swede, Link, Hype, Arrow. And then we'll get into the moonshots. And that will about wrap up our show. And then we'll have do the little example at the end. All right, Peppy, what are we doing? Yeah, you got a lot of lines over here on the daily. It might look all right on the small time frame, like, oh, that'll never happen. That's so far away. That's probably what we're thinking here. Yeah, I guess we're leaving them. When we zoom in, it's like, I guess we need those. But I gotta zoom out. Let's go to semi-erasing. Let's go to a different Peppy chart. How's that? Did we muck you up too? Here we go. Resistance, yeah. Look, we got a red line. Is that our... Should be. Man, Peppy was at what, 28? Whatever this is. I think that, if I'm reading this right, it's 0.000028. And now we got 5 zeros instead of 4, so we lost a 0. Alright, so I'm going to adjust my red line. Make sure we're dialed in there. So we're back in discount territory, huh? We didn't make it up past our 0.5. Okay. In my personal opinion, what is happening here is that Pepe did a harmonic pattern. And this is not my forte. It does overlap with what I've learned though. Yeah, okay. And it came back to a 113 Fibonacci right down here. And I just recently found out that they do the same thing that I do, as far as, in a sense, they are also looking for these areas here at the 0.5 and 382 to roll over, and then it does what's called a type 2 retest for harmonic patterns. I mean, it comes back and it makes a double bottom, basically. It's the easiest way to say it. So if you can't get up here, then it, you know, even got another little pattern showing there. It did an 886 retracement. That's a harmonic pattern there. A lot of the stuff that I do here, I think, falls into the harmonic category. I just don't do it Scott Carney's way. But I'm eager to learn how he does all his stuff, though, because I think I can get some more insight on the Fibonacci. But yeah, she might be trying. We hope. Well, it's a lot to ask for it to bust up through here, because there's still a good chance that it could be coming back down here before we do. Just on the idea that we're doing, you know, a possible type 2 retrace. And we'd be looking, the way we would figure that out is to, we'll be following our fibs from there to the high. So we got a 618, but we're most likely to hit the 786 from here. That is most likely what we're going to do, hit that 786. So unfortunately, I mean, I see that coming for Pepe, and that may have to do with what's going to be coming. It may be slow. She may be coming up and then rolling over, because what we saw on the bigger time frames possibly playing out is that Bitcoin may be coming up for a little bit shortly and then rolling over, and we got some stuff to contend with, and we got a short window to kind of either de-risk, come up with a plan, or, you know, just go all bullish like everybody else probably will be doing. And during that time, altcoins should get a nice boost, right? We can still see some good days this week, I think, out of altcoins, like some impressive days. But that steam will run out if Bitcoin starts losing steam too, and then we see altcoins do what they always do, which is give up their gains. If Bitcoin drops down to 100,000, if that scenario happens, I'm not saying they will, but if it does, the altcoins are going to deflate again. And so I think we'll see some of them kind of suffer, like we might see Pepe suffer here a little bit. This is on the 12-hour. Yeah, it's support area right now, bouncing off of that. I can see a bearish retest idea where it comes up to 1089. Still, same thing applies if it gets back into this trend line area, which is, I guess, a little bit more accurate here. Tighten it up a little bit. Oh, they got this. Well, that one goes way down here. There's another candle body, the candle body idea that takes us down here further too. But I mean, if you're looking at the harmonic idea, I mean, I'm not saying that that's definitely what it's going to do. I think it is. By my strategy and what they teach on the harmonic things, it come back down to the 70. Oh man, that would suck. That just means, but it can grow up before it does, though. And there's a lot of resistance over here at the 1154 area. So if we are getting a little bounce here, and it's too preemptive to pull a fib, really. The only thing we can do now is maybe look and see if it lines up, tune it in, because we don't know if this is bottom. So when I do take a chance on doing this, and I'm taking that gamble that, all right, I'm going to pull a fib, even though this is not it may not be, might still be going lower. This might not be the bottom. When I pull my fibs, if I look and see how price responds to it, the more often that it responds, like this little area here being up here at the top, right? It fits nicely in those fibs. Right here in this area here, especially them coming up there. Not perfect, but really gosh darn close, right? That lines up really good. 236 fib here. Yeah, I caught that little W and all that. Support, resistance flip. That's what I look for on a 236. Chances are, seeing that, just doing, looking to the left, chances are this is where it's going to bounce right now. And so we look at these targets. And so I don't know. And then maybe we get some kind of miracle Bitcoin move over the next few days and we get the God candle, and maybe that helps altcoins too or something. But I'm looking at the cloud over here. The cloud knows that it's a little shaky. So that's what I get on the TA from it. And here we are setting up for it trying to bounce up. So I think you're going to get what you want. I think you're going to get a little rise out of it, but I don't think it's going to be the one that we're hoping for here. There's really, very slight divergence there. But it would be great now if we do come back over here in these areas and get back in this trend line. We can look at it then, and maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get just shooting, just shoot through up, and things will go bullish. But we do need to get that trend line. I think we're wanting to do the sexy, the sexy or the sad talk with it, but I got off into the TA instead. If you still want the sad talk on it, if you still think it needs a good talking to, we can go there. But right now here on the 15 minutes, she's trying. It's just going to be hard. It's just she's fighting through some resistance there, but it's trying to curve around, trying to. Maybe we should. Peppy? There's a time when the whole market's crazy about you, baby. They were chasing you. They had a lot of imitators, but nobody quite could compete with you. There was frogless Peppy. There was legless Peppy. Peppy no leg. I don't know. Peppy didn't have no legs. There were all kinds of Peppy. There's still all kinds of Peppy coins out there, but there's only one real Peppy, and that's you, baby. And here you are down in the dumps, and it just pains me to see you down here again. I don't know. Did you fall off the wagon? Is that what happened? Is that what happened to bring you down here? You were up here. I know. You were partying. Everybody. You were rocking out with everybody, man. You're all over X and Elon Musk and all that good stuff, man. You were riding high up here. Yeah. That's when it all started, right? It started slowly, didn't it? You just became more than just a habit, I guess, and started depleting your net worth there, and pretty soon you're paying more for the, I don't know, whatever it was you were doing there, Peppy. All that frog juice you were drinking there and just kind of got you down in the slump. But you're trying to pick yourself back up, man. I got to give you the hands for it, Peppy, but I need you to boost up. I need you to prove this trend line wrong. I need you to put them little frog legs into action here and just flip your little happy ass with wings right up here to this trend line. Well, I'll draw a little lily pad up here for you. Look, it's a lily pad. Just waiting for you, a big ass old frog to land on it. Lily pads are green, stupid. Look, it's a big old green lily pad up here. Just waiting for your little happy ass to bump up there. Will you do that for me, Pappy? Can you do it for Ave? Can you do it for everybody that's looking at you? Can you please make this into some kind of falling wedgie? I see you trying to work on a partial decline idea right here. You went down a little bit lower. Maybe that's your little fake out, but if I had to guess, you trying to. Or are you trying to do one of them descending triangles? Are we going to sit here and spout out all these different patterns and confuse people in our talkings here? Depends on how you're looking at it, folks. What's your perspective on it? It could be this with a partial decline. Neither one of them are incorrect. Either way, you still got this area to come up. Peppy, we need you to do better, baby. All right, we had our little heart to heart there with Peppy. Peppy, 34 people hanging out. Thank you for doing that. Let me jump over to. I need a flash screen or something for it. I need something like I don't have one, do I? Note to self. We need some screens. Kind of like
I've been hitting that like button. I just say thank you very much.
Kind of like that, but for gym picks or something for whenever we get them over here. Why do you keep losing you, chap? Why do you keep going away from me? Telos is a dead project, says Mr. Miles. Well, she's moving now. I had frog legs for dinner. I love Sheba. We did I'm interrupting a conversation. My bad. It's gym time. All right, let's take a look at the one. First one is STG. If I'm reading my writing right. And I think I tried it over here. Is this like when we got all disconnected last night or whatever? Is that it, Stargate Finance? Do they do nodes? Because on Cosmos Ecosystem, because I stake with a Stargate node over there a lot. Let's come down and find out a little bit about it if we can. What is Stargate Finance? You are Omni? Wait a minute, are you the right one? If this is with Alexar, I think I'm gonna like this one. I think this was in my. I'm big on Cosmos Ecosystem. Stargate Finance is. I'm big over there. I'm just big on it. But I do have stuff over there. Stargate Finance is omni-chain native asset bridge designed to solve the blockchain trilemma, which says that no blockchain can be decentralized, secure, and fast simultaneously. It does this simplifying cross-chain DeFi transactions, which says users transfer and swap their assets between different blockchains. That's cool. Between different layer 2 networks and between different decentralized applications almost instantly. Stargate users can also move their assets between different liquidity pools on various decentralized DeFi protocols and dApps. The protocol transfers supports between 8 chains: Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon, Metis, BNB Chain, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Phantom. Let's take a look at it. It's 16 cents right now. Its all-time high was $4.28 3 years ago. In April, the first run up on the bull run, it didn't come back apparently that high on the second. It went to $4.28. Its all-time low was also 3 years ago. In March of when it was 10 cents. Are you telling me that between March and April? Okay, you want an example of how crazy bull market is? An example of how crazy bull market is? On some of these low cap coins, I think this one's going to be a good example for whatever it did. Let's look at all. Look at this. Take all. I can't even pull you up over here. Do you see this? Oh, over here, right there. In 1 month, a little over 1 month, it went from 10 cents to $4.28. Ladies and gentlemen, that is altcoin season. Yeah, it was for you. My goodness. And really, I think it was because we did the double top in Bitcoin, and after that, altcoins lost steam. A lot of them never did make a comeback from there, but they were going really hard, fast and heavy when Bitcoin was making the big run up there too. And I think after it tipped, Bitcoin was leveling off a little bit. A lot of that money was being sold off of Bitcoin and making its way into altcoins. Kind of similar to what we're seeing now. But then they gave it up a little bit, remember? That's the takeaway. $4.28. Wow, that's amazing. All right, let's take a look at let's look at the website. Get a feel what. Move money on chain with Stargate. Connect a wallet. Which one to use? You don't use. Okay, so you're not associated with the one I thought. Because I'd be able to use Alexar over here, or the Phantom wallet or something. Not Phantom. Kepler. All right. So, where are your contract addresses? Ethereum contract address. Here we go. Pull it down. There's our add to meta. No, I'm not adding it. So yeah, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain. Oh my gosh, come on. Where are you? Here, that button. Avalanche, Polygon, Phantom, and Arbitrum. It's not. Okay. My little turkey brain forgot. Do you have no Solana though? No Solana, but Ethereum and Binance. Okay. Interesting. Let's go check out the chart. Stargate Finance. Take a look at it at Binance and 16 cents right now. Zoom out. Do you have the full thing on it? Oh, we looked at this before. In July. In a rising channel. Bearish channel here. Still hopeful. Just in case. We hit 2 of our targets. Oh, that was it. That was. Why were you here though? If it was from. Was that from over here? Did I just move it over, or was I thinking that it was going to go back up there and it did? I don't know. That I don't know. I could have run the screw up. Could have been some dashed dreams right there. So Stargate Finance. Well, I used to look for these all the time last cycle, the old fallen wedgie, and you can make yourself, you know, depending on how you draw them, have lots of little breakouts on them. They're old fallen wedge, and you can make an argument it is a fallen wedge. It is. You can do that whichever way you want to do it. As long as you got 2 touches on one side, 3 on the other, you got a valid pattern that you can play. You just got to take a chance on it. That's the biggest thing. All right, but we do have a top trend line. That's the main thing that I do look at, and I don't think we got a breakout yet. Let's see. Let's apply our little fib trick. Do we have a bottom? Well, we do have a bottom right over here with that wick that came down. And so according to that, we've not quite made it past our little area that we do. And in that case, it being so far away, we can come down to the next one and we'll take that 382. And it looks like we're running the old 382. I mean, not 382, 236 game. I said 382, 236 game here. The old 236 strategy, huh? I find it to be a good one. All the way down. Oh, no, we can't do it here. We got to do something different here because that wick was from here. And I'm going high to low, darling. High to low. And it must move forward, so it must come over here. And that's right in the same area. I might as well just go ahead and move you down. Let's just do that. So we got a little confluence there in our 2-3 fixes. 2-3 fixes through 2-3 sixes. And that gives us 2 very juicy targets. Places that we need gots to get above. We lost that area, so that's going to be resistance. So good place to get paid 24 cents. Another area that we'll fight with, or could fight with, because we lost it over here, and I mean, it didn't seem to have too much of a problem. Well, there was, because it got rejected bad first time. Finally got above it. Probably get a little bit more right there at 37, 38 cents for Stargate. 16 cents. This one's available where? Where else is it available? It should be available a lot of places, right? We're looking for the markets, yeah. Binance, Bybit, looks like it's everywhere. Looks like it's in most places, a lot of places, and especially on DeFi. So you can always go to a DEX, Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, Uniswap, all of those, and you should be able to get it that way through DeFi. That's cool. Let's take a look at AXL, and since I'm back over here, now this one I'm in. I like this one. Axelar is 30 cents right now. $300 million market cap, so it's still a small market cap. Money starts rolling over from our large caps. It'll roll over from Bitcoin to Ethereum. You're starting to see that now, and trickle into other layer ones like Solana. And it can run through all the sections when we're in a full-blown altcoin season. But if we're just in a rally, we'll still see those same kind of things happen. And maybe this is a beginning of altcoin season. I don't know. I'm not totally ruling it out. I'm not sold on it yet. Don't mean I don't think altcoins can do something, but what I call a rally, everybody seems to call altcoin season. Seems to be how it translates. But when we're in a true altcoin season, the best way that I can describe what it was like when it hit was that it was it just felt like we're almost, feels like it was almost 2 weeks. We're not every day, but most every day it was like Sonic the Hedgehog. It was just like those coins be running 10% every day, 20, and that's 20% every day. And you're thinking they're going to pull back because nothing can go up this high, but they just keep going. And then the next day it's like, they're going up another 20%. You're like, that's so cool, Leland. And then the next day, there's another 20%. And then you need to be taking profits because then they usually give some back. And then they start, they're going to, oh my God, this one's running. And it gets crazy. And some of them will fall over and roll over. They're not just all going to keep going. And then the other one that wasn't taken off, it starts, oh my God, this coin's up 30% today, crazy. And it gets wild. A little what it was like a year ago in March when it felt so good and we were all going, yeah, we're geniuses. My number's not been back up there since. I'm kind of pissed about it. So Axelar, let's take a look at you. We were looking at the market cap. How many coins you got? 1 billion? So we got a billion circulating supply. Total supply is 1.21 billion. Reasonable. All-time high was 266, and that was 1 year ago in the bear market, I guess, or early bull. Oh, that was yeah, when everything topped out in March. Yeah, it was at 266 last time, and it's 31 cents right now. 1 year ago, it is down 88% from that. A rule of thumb in crypto is like, anywhere 90%, even you could even say 80% drop from all-time highs is still in a great place to buy. You can get a lot of deals and a lot of coins that have dropped 90% from their all-time highs. That's typically what you look for. And that's what you hear. You don't want to be holding these altcoins through the bear market because they can drop 90%. They ain't lying to you, folks. They ain't lying. Your 5-year strategy is probably not worth it. No 5-year strategy on these altcoins, please. People still say that. I disagree with that. I've been holding this one for 8 years, 2 cycles. That means you rounded tripped it twice. Then that's what you're saying. I mean, that's really. Let's be honest. That's you didn't take you round tripped it. It's okay. Let's just be real. That's the only way we can break the cycle if we recognize that there is a cycle, right? If you don't, you're just I've been holding this one for 25 years. It's not even a project anymore. It's just sitting there in a wallet, just looking. Yeah, they petered out 3 cycles ago. Yeah, and I'm telling you, anything can happen to these altcoins in the bear market. And there's always something newer and shinier. You can see that with AI. All right, so let's take a look at you, XLR. You're so fast going over so many coins. Man, I still got so many to go. And we gotta hurry. We're doing AXL. It's available most everywhere. And we'll just go Binance here. Look at you in the dirt. Dip. Well, it looks like I don't think you made any nearer lows. You're still in our little box of fun. So, still hasn't made as low that it did in March. I'm on the 2 weeks, so that was probably Liberation Day. That was Liberation. But man, you were really close to where you were back then. It's at a good price, people. I am picking up this one. I've just been slowly accumulating through this little zone. That's been my take on it, and I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing it with this a little bit amount, just trying to grow this bag and get it bigger and bigger during these little phases, because that's what I try to do. She's had her ups and downs, and betwixt here, wow, you went up. Yeah, that was sweet. And you can take advantage of those, and you got more dry powder to deploy through this little range accumulation strategy. And she's down at the bottoms again. Nice. We could call it a butt crack. I don't know. But we got a little pointy thing. You need to work out a little bit more. Or some people would say, look, it's a... We're going to be talking about this at the end of the show. about the head and shoulder top reversal pattern being applied at bottoms, because I'm seeing that too much, and drunken head and shoulders and all this silliness over here. And I try to call it out every time I see it, and it's every once in a while they must have got something that almost half-assed worked for them one time, where maybe we broke level or something and they're sold on that idea. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, you're in accumulation range right here, and what we're looking for is to come back up 50 cents or better, and then start running our little happy asses back up to 70 or 81 to these juicy little areas, and maybe this thing gets some more traction, we can be back to where we were a year ago at $2.80 something cents, or anywhere in betwixt. Wouldn't that be cool for Axelar? Now, Axelar, if I remember right, they were I thought they had something going on with Bitcoin. There was something Bitcoin related. I may be confused there. But Axelar is on the Cosmos ecosystem. I mean, if you just get back to 182, imagine that. What would it be like if we just get back to our magical 618 little happy medium place there that they all try to take us to? That's pretty much a 5x. That's 447%. That's a little bit more than 5x. So me trying to accumulate in here under 30 cents, under 40 cents, really. It's been under, it's been under about 45. That's about as high as it's got on average, somewhere through there, other than those anomalous spikes. But oh, we got, ooh, better mark you. Our big ass 236 is right up here at 88 cents. What would that look like? 165% gains. Moon bag it. The old moon bag. Pull out the money you put into it, put that to somewhere else, keep washing and repeating, and you grow bags of free crypto. It's crazy, I know, but it works. All right, so that was the daily, and here on the 4 hour, oh man, what happened to you? Can I fix this, or are we going to have to, are we stuck here? We might be stuck here, ladies, and I can't, can I grab you and bring you down? I don't know how I did this. Oh man, are you serious? I can't get it. I can't, no, don't. I think I just saved this whole screen. All right, so, oh, here we go. I have to go to my other screen over here. Can I grab it? I don't think I can grab it. There we go. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got you now. Gosh, that was a pain in the butt. Here we're on the 4 hour on Axelar. And for us to be an altcoin season, this one's at the lows, baby. It just bounced off of 29.50 right there. Great place to pick this up, in my personal opinion, if this is a play that you're interested in playing. I'm not trying to shill anything, but I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Like I said, I've been working this, so my little strategy has been buying through here, so makes me want to kind of buy more since I'm seeing this tonight. I might have to look and see if I can pull that off tonight and add to my bag. All right, so those are our gem picks there, and I gotta agree, this one can definitely go up to a much higher market cap, like 10 times. We've seen it happen before, right? So this one can get up to, you know, what would that be? Three? It's hard to imagine 3 billion. Were you up there? You weren't quite there. I'm trying to do math in my head, and it may not be all that accurate. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the chat and make sure we're all doing okay. What was this? Where did you come from? Where did this come from? Why is this here? I don't remember having you. That was weird. Sean drunk again? Maybe, my man. Mr. Mouse, did you suck, Doc? What did I miss something, Mr. Miles? Did I miss something? Let's see. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything there. And live chat, now we'll go back and see. Maybe I missed a comment. Hey, we got Meet Damien in the house. How's it going, Meet Damien? Let's give a shout out to the people here. We got Mr. Miles. How's it going, Mr. Miles? And where is it? I don't have this stuff up here. I always like to try to give people a shout out. See if we can get to our regular YouTube. And meet Damien. He was streaming earlier today. I was catching that. I didn't see anything over there. A lot of times I'm a lurker. I'm just being honest. I lurk a lot. And I think most people are, I think. They don't realize how important it is to hit the like button, to comment, and to subscribe. And David's got a growing channel over here. And there it is. Streams, I think I'm not sure do you stream? No, I don't think he streams every day, do you? He doesn't, because I haven't caught it all the time, but he's... I'll let him tell you in the chat when he streams. But go give him a like, follow, check him out. He uses fibs. There's a lot of similarities between some of the ways that we do some things. You'll see some differences too. And that's good. You need a variety of things. This whole thing of trading crypto is finding what works for you. I'm just presenting to you the tools that I use and how I use them, and I'm very free about it. I'm very open about it. I've had to dig through rabbit holes to get through some of this stuff and then to wrap my head around it. And I'm always trying to do that with new concepts and whatever. So every once in a while, I'll go down the GAN rabbit hole, and you might see me break out some stuff like that, because that's just freaky weird to me. GAN. It is so out there, but it involves doing some things like this that look like ceremonial magic. It gets kind of really wild and intense and crazy. But he was one of the best. And always trying to learn something. You add a little something, a little Elliott wave in there and whatever. It's a smorgasbord. You're taking the tools that work for you, or what resonates with you, and you're building your own little system here, man. You might find some of the same indicators work for you. I use a lot of the basic ones. Market Cipher was the most recent addition here. A lot of people do. It was very popular last cycle. It's a good indicator. All it is simply 5 indicators just squished all together, so you can get a look at it and see, that's what's going on. After you get used to it, you just take a look at it and say, oh, divergence. Oh, that looks good. Oh, we're topping out. Okay, cool. I mean, not topping out, but we're kind of, the stochastics are kind of up there, baby. We got something going on. Is it going to be really good, or they're going to try to roll over? So stochastics can get buried up there. Let me kind of explain that. And this is still XLR. Let's go from high to low here. She's above her 0.5. Took that box off. She's got some potential to come up to here if we can just maintain these levels. That's the caveat. But we made it past the little critical area that would have kept us down in the bottom areas. So it's starting to look good. Let's come over to some moonshots. I need a moonshot screen too. Sean, let's bring out the only screen that we got. Oh, we got a better. We got a screen. We did. Okay, we'll do the skating screen. I'm still here, Sean. Hey, Jenny. There's a story behind this one. Anyway, all right, so we're going to our new segment called Moonshots. 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 All right, so this is where I come over to Tokenmetrics, and I'm going to refresh it, make sure we get all the latest moonshots. And the new ones that are coming up are some new coins. I know nothing about them. I recognize Slurp, which was up here, but now it's slipped down here. Does that mean something? So that's probably the first one we're going to look at, but it's Slurp, Gearbox, Create or something, and Balance. So we got Gear, BID, Slurp, EPT, Kilo's been here. And we're going to take a quick look and see if there's anything cooking over there. Do we need to know about it? Is there something can we make a quick buck over here, or is there something, can it turn into something good, or is it like too high already? I don't know. But Slurp is a meme coin, and it's a fair launch. I think something happened, I don't know, but it's out there, and there's, I mean, it's not got somebody over there just with a big bag of it waiting to sell on you. It ended up being a fair loss. That's what everybody liked about it back in the day. And then everybody forgot about it. And that's what happens with meme coins and even utility coins and all other kinds of coins. Happens to a lot of altcoins because there are a lot. I mean, a lot of altcoins. There are enough altcoins to go around to to spread on this planet, and I think every planet in our solar system. If you were to lay them out, they would probably cover all of, if you could actually have individual coins and lay them out side by side, they would probably cover the surface of all the planets. I may be exaggerating, but I don't think I'm too far off the way that this market's going, with trillions of coins for every freaking project that's out there. I digress. Slurf, okay, you're having a good day today. Cool, you were down at 7 cents and now you're at 8 cents. Congratulations, my friend. You made it up a penny. Just 1 penny at a time is all you need to do, Slurf. I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm saying keep it up. Keep up the good work, Slurf. You're down at the bottoms, down at the low lows. When you were up here, can you believe this thing was like 47, 48 cents? Like, when was that? That was November. Almost, not quite a year ago, but man, it's getting here, isn't it? $14.50. If I were going to play this one, that's exactly what I'd do, is wait till we get up there. She's making higher lows, not doing so great on the higher highs just yet. But that does give us, and I'm just going to do it this way instead of going through all the pip stuff. I do that mostly for you guys' benefit rather than what I need to do for myself. So we got a target right there at 13. We've got a trend line that's holding really nice, and you can say that we're making a symmetrical triangle. I don't trust them little bastards as far as I can throw them, but I'll draw them out there. This can also translate into it's just going to be an ugly range. I'm just saying, the spot, maybe it will, maybe we'll bounce and go up there, straight up there. We can also go up here and then decide to come all the way down here and then come up here and then run across the road again, and we can do all kinds of stuff. It can turn into like some kind of range event, basically. And if that happens, oh my god, are we doing the teaching thing again? When that happens, the best way I've found to deal with these guys is to extend these trend lines, and they'll show you at least some support or the resistance, and it kind of just makes an X. And seriously, you'll find something. What was that? What was that? And usually you'll see, you know, and it might do something like this, you know, but it'll respect these trend lines in some manner, however it wants to do it. That's my take. She is above the daily 200 moving average, so it is leaning more that she wants to go up here before she decides to run back across the road and then run back up again and then whatever. Just saying. It's my take on it. Doesn't have to be yours. All right, so Slurf looks interesting. Let's see what the other one. Gear. I don't even know what this is. Gearbox. How you looking? What are you doing? We're looking on the daily. You still down in these juicy area? Oh. So moonshots. Now the moonshots, what they are, high potential tokens under $50 million market cap. Before the rest of the market catches on, supposedly, right? That's what we're looking for. And so 7-day price change on Gearbox has been up 14%. So you got a $3.9 million market cap is what it's telling us. And okay, we've been here before recently in December. It was up to 10 cents. It was up more than 10 cents. It's 15 cents. But we're keeping this as zone. I'm going to dial you in. I'm going to tweak you. Tweaker. Such a tweaker. All right. So yeah, that 10.5 cent area, we want that. And this is easy. A higher high would be coming in here right around the 15.8, 16 cent area. Pretty much. That all you're going to do? Yep. So I'm going to do, well, other than this fib. Well, I'll take this one. Let's get the local stuff. Let's see what's going on in the local neighborhood. You're still in the good discount zone, are you? So this is the I wish I'd bought more here zone. 33 people hanging out with me. Hey guys, let me do something real quick. I want to know. Just a quick poll. I am a new or intermediate trader. I want to see who's kind of new to this and who's been around for a while. Who's familiar with TA and has a good grasp on TA, doesn't need very much anything explained, just kind of grasping, just, you know. And then who's like, I'm trying to pick up something, whether it's here or there or wherever. I'm here to pick up stuff, and I'm kind of new. Most of you are saying that, well, we'll come back there, and we'll see what the mix is. All right, so we're still in the wish I'd bought here zone. I like these targets. I'm going to stick with them. Can we come up to the top of the butt crack? Can we make it to the belt line? If that's the butt crack, I would imagine the belt line would be right up here around the 618 Fibonacci area. That's a little bullish for me to go, but I'm just feeling a little bullishy. I would love to see you get back to 23 cents. Is that possible? Really, if I'm going to do a target that high, the best, most accurate would be to come over here, and we'll dial you in right here at the 618. How's that work? Boom. 24 cents. Can you do it for me, baby? I think you can do it. I'm just, over time, it will take you some time to get up there. What would that be like, though? What would that be like to get to these targets? This is Gearbox. I have none of this. Do I want some of this? I've got too many of things already. But what would that be? 500%. First target would get us, well, 150%. That's not okay. That falls into something I would rate as, yeah. If by getting up to our first main 236 fib from here to there, you can get me 150%. Then yeah, moonbag it. As long as I can got a chance to moonbag it, especially if I can pull the moonbag off, hell, that's a free trade. That you bought down on the low. Let me have to make a note of this one. We're gonna put this on our. I'll put this on the note that I never look at. Oh, look, Zeta's on there. Wonder how that's doing now. How is Zeta doing now? I don't even know. I never got into Zeta. Zeta chain against the dollar. What do you look like? Crap. She's still down at her bottom here. This is not one of the moonshots. I just happen to remember, but it's kind of the same situation there. It's still in its little bottom area there. Let's take a look at the next coin. And we looked at Slurp. We looked at Gear. There's one called EPT. I know nothing about it. Kraken's got it. Oh, snap. Well, look at you. Well, that's highly unexpected. This is on the daily chart. So, I got the right one, right? EPT, did I type that in right? Yeah, it's called what? What is it called? Balance? What's the deal with it? This has got a market cap of $10 million, which I'm sure it probably lost 10 million on that drop down. It probably halved in price there. All-time high was a year ago, back in April, when it got to 2 cents, and it's down about 70% from that. It's got a strong buy signal on it right now. Let's take a look at it. Really? On a strong buy? We're on the daily. You got confirmed red dot there. Stochastics are coming down. Let's check you out over here on the. You broke your signal line on the old RSI. You got a little bit more to come down on this RSI. I think you got a little. You got a big look at the long Rick reversal. That is a nice. Let's see, it's a nice chance that we could see some You know, there's a big sell-off there. That was this parabolic move. Now we go accumulate again. I don't know if this was definitely a moonshot. I mean, I'm sure she can do good, but I think she's got to come down. I'm on the daily chart, by the way. Yeah. We'll be looking for that big-ass retracement. Definitely looking for a deep-ass retracement on this one. Deep-ass, we mean 886 Fibonacci. Dead ass. No, deep ass. Dead ass. Alright, so... And then we got this little trend line idea that may try to front run that. Doesn't mean that we can't throw a wick down and touch that fib though, which doesn't mean that we will or we won't either way. So we got those two ideas to keep our eyes on this one. 0.0041 and 0.0042. Ooh, wow. Oh man, you suck, road dog. I missed 1/100th of a penny getting in on that. You suck. Screwed up my whole entry. Now this trade's never going to work out. That's it. She's down low, low, low. Okay. Where's this one available? I've never heard of this coin before. EPT. Balance. That seems like I've heard of Balance before. This one's available a lot of places. MEXC, Gate, KuCoin, Kraken, L-Bank, BitUnix. BitUnix has it. Bybit, Upbit, Pancake Swap. Okay, so you can get it at Pancake Swap too. Is that where your contracts are? Where your contracts are? Are you a Binance Smart Chain play? That's probably why I've heard of you. Huh. Well. Interesting. So that's our moonshot. I think she can come down and accumulate. When she gets down here, it could, you know, do some of this stuff, silly stuff. Stay here a while before we ever get another one up. But you do know what it is doing. What I believe, how I'm interpreting this, right? With that nice little spike. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but until that one day we come back and say, oh look, it's at 0.008 and it's done like 84%. She's doing one of them possible big ass makeup on patterns. She's got a nice little start right here, that's all I'm saying. Nice little start. Seems to have been resistance up there when it really counted, right? What did you look like on the down? Ooh, golly, what was that? How them trend lines do there for nailing what happened over here, huh? How those little lines I drew through a wick? Well, they don't look so impressive there, do they? Are we on log? Do not be on log. If you're a pattern trader, you do not need to be on log. I don't know if anybody ever told you that. Nobody told me that at first either. And if you take measure moves, you do not need to be on logarithmic because your charts move around. Things change too much. What the hell? Something happened weird there. That was true. I mean, that was confusing. Taking those guys off. All right, so we got that one. We also got something called BID. I don't know what the hell this is. Bid. BitGet's got it. Binance has got it too. They got it on futures. Oh, look at you. Aren't you special? Looking like a horse reared up like, ah! Horses don't purr though. Nice rounding. You trying to come down here to the 50 moving average. 360 is there. 888 cents. I'm going to go from the very, very bottomy. I know. All the way to the very, very toppity. And it tells me we had a 382 fib. Great place if it could catch there. I don't think it will though. Yeah, first place is pointing is right here. Let's see if we can do that. That was a nice big move here. And let's take that. Is that also near your 0.5 there by chance? Where's your 0.5 there? You're at your 0.5 now. So from where the impulse move, where the move first started, from this low to that high, it's testing middle ground. It already did it once though, right? It already did it once. She couldn't make it past the 0.5 over there though. It was resistance. So chances are she's coming down here. And that 618 I think is a really good place to look. hopefully we'll get a bounce there, not a deep ass retracement. Although that's on the line too. And that could be a retest of a, I believe you could also encounter that idea as a retest of a breakout idea somewhere in that area too, about 8.2 cents. So let's see, bid looks like it could be coming down to some better prices to get it on for the moonshot. And if it does it have potential to go somewhere else, that's a pretty nice setup. Let me get the fib off of here. This one, I think out of all the moonshots that I've seen, Slurf looked interesting, but this one looks, to me, this one looks like it's best. It's already in a positive trend. We're not at a bottom waiting for it to do something. Our bottom was here. It's already started. It's made higher highs and higher lows. Now, out of all of them I've seen, whatever this is, oh, Gearbox was the other one that I wrote down that I kind of like. BID. I like the chart on it. I don't have a clue what it is.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Gobble time.
So let's do a little bit deeper dive on the fib analysis here. Okay, we did our deep ass retracement. It still qualify for a 786. Okay. All right, we're gonna put a few little targets for higher highs here. And swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is gonna go. And when I'm pulling from the fib, we start with a 1 and it goes to a 0. And that's a little confusing concept to understand, but since we're retracing, we're pulling to our ground zero. How to think of it. We don't start from ground zero, we're pulling to ground zero, and then we're measuring from there a percentage of the retracement. We're just doing that by Socrates. So we're trying to measure backwards retracement. That's the way to look at it, I guess. By this method. There's different methods to pull fibs. Let me be clear. There are different methods to pull clear. There is no true 100% right. It's a tool, right? And strategies develop around tools. You just have different strategies around them. Some people only pull them in one direction. I know several people that do that, and you can still be you get a strategy around that. Did Thomas Bukowski? I think Thomas Bukowski may still pull his fibs in one direction. But I've just found a different way, and it overlaps. In some systems that will not work. Like if you cross over into harmonics, you're going to do it this way. And if you try to use some of these advanced tools, I mean, they're based on doing it like this way that I'm showing you here. So they may not go with some of the other systems there too. I'm just saying that, but. The fibs are a rabbit hole that are worth diving down to. And other systems like Elliott Wave uses fibs. There's a lot of things that you can learn from Elliott Wave on what to look for from some of these moves, like how, where to get a target from this little guy that would tell you that, hey, that's possible. Yeah, little crazy things like that are really cool. But what I like about this one is that we've got a nice structure here. Higher highs, higher lows, and we're mid, so we can get that pullback to about 8 cents or something. I wrote you down, right? I want to look and see what this one is in a minute. Maybe some piece of crap thing. But the chart makes me think that it must be something pretty decent. All right, so we pulled our fib from here, and okay, we went all the way up to 618, got rejected. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's the kind of strength that I would want to see for something like this. All right, and the real reason I got that fib up. We also got confluence with our 113 right here, and given that we put it from the other one, I might just dial it in here on this one. So that's a deep ass retracement, so it means that sometimes it takes a little while to dig out of these a little bit, and we are starting to point up, and I'm just going to go ahead and label this 272. It didn't square up for me, so I'm looking at you a little sideways on this one. I think to find a way to let myself know that ahead of time, I'm going to put a dash line. Okay. So what I'm doing with the dash lines, I'm testing out a target right now. Because we did a deeper retracement. These are the normal ones for my 786 retracement. But anyway, if we can come back, let's say we get back to 9. What would that be? Oh, that'd be Moonbag. Yeah, I would like that. I'd like to see if it comes back and test this 360 moving average area, which is just a little bit low, about 9, close to 9 cents. We're at 10 cents right now. But even 10 cents going to 20, that's still a good bag, as long as we can, you know, continue making higher highs and higher lows like we have so far, right? Let's go see what is this one? Small market cap, right? No, was it? Yeah, it's under 50 million market cap, or it wouldn't be a moonshot. BID. And this is from Tokenmetrics. That's what they put. Creator bid. Yeah, it was creator something, right? Huh. $27 million market cap. What are you? All-time high was 7 months ago. We got to 31 cents, and it's down 68% from there. All-time low was 5 months ago when it was 2 cents, and we're hoping to get it around 8 to 9. We probably won't get much cheaper than 9 immediately. Let's go to the website, see what you are. I agree to terms and conditions. What the hell? I don't know you. Curated launches to community. What? Your bid level reflects your commitment to the creator bid ecosystem. It's primarily based on how much bid you hold in your vault. All right, wait a minute. This is getting too. Is this like a DeFi play or something? You know, at these times, this is when I come over to my friend Grok. What was the name of it? Creator bid. And I just want to know if there's any red flags. VC, okay. Any VC money? I don't know. Any kind of anything that I need to know about it. Any roadmap delays? Anything negative? And does it have promise? Let's see what Grok says. Grok is starting to get very interesting. You got to prod him a little bit sometimes, based on the response that you get. But I found that out tonight. I'll show the example, hopefully. Oh, we've been going for 2 hours. I gotta hurry this up. Prod him a little bit, and he'll start digging a little bit deeper. Sometimes his first answer might just be a little surfacey. Okay, I'll come back to Grok here as we take a look and see what the About Creator Bid is the hub for AI creator economy where anyone can launch, grow, and earn rewards with AI agents. AI agents, okay, I didn't know. AI agents are at the heart of Creator Bid's vision for the future of the creator economy. Creators can co-own and build communities around these AI agents using agent keys, digital membership tokens that open up new opportunities for engagement and value sharing. Is this something I need to look into? Grok, what do you got over here? You're still thinking. It's backed by Mechanism Capital, a crypto-focused VC firm known for investment in AI and DeFi projects. No other major Tier 1 VCs like AI16 or Paradigm are publicly associated, which some community members view as neutral, credible, but not overhyped by big-name funding. Early funding details aren't fully transparent. Red flags. Overall, Creator Bid appears low on major red flags based on available data. No reports of scams, rug pulls, or team anonymity issues. However, there are some noted concerns from community discussions and analysis, like high barrier for entry-level users. Staking starts at 2,500 bid. That's about $275 for a level 1. So these things could get really expensive if this coin starts going up in value. to get these agents. So this could get some to be some high dollar agents during the cycle. And that might work against it a little bit. Decay and exit tax. Launches use a 90% initial exit tax, decaying over time to deter early sales and burn tokens, which some see overly punitive on day one. That's interesting. So they're kind of, and there's a unstakens, a 14-day lockup, withdrawal cliffs, no major roadmap delays. That's good. Other minor risks, volatility. Well, that's typical for everything, as it's saying. Does it have promise? Same with strong potential in the AI niche, especially as AI and crypto intersections, BitTensor and virtuals gain traction. It's got a proven track record. Curated launches consistently deliver profits. Curated launches consistently deliver profits. Example, 100% participants in profit at current prices with multiples like 7x on Hermes. Let me go back up here. Let's go back over it. I thought it was thinking over here. I skipped this part. CreatorBit is a decentralized launchpad and ecosystem focused on AI-powered agents built primarily on the Base and BNB chain networks. Enables creators, builders, and users to launch, curate, and monetize and co-own AI agents. Autonomous software entities that can generate content, really, interact on social platforms, access live data, and perform on-chain tasks. The platform integrates with BitTensor for subnet-powered AI, includes tools like knowledge base and for branded content creation, and features a conviction vault for staking and rewards. This one sounds really interesting. And the chart looks good. The chart looks good. How do we add this to our... There should be... Oh man, I was looking... Joe had 3 dots when he added it. I don't have them. Do I have to do it over here? Let's see. Everybody's got futures on it. Wow. Just hoping to find spot. Where do you buy it? Spot. Everybody's got futures. Can you not buy it spot? Or am I looking? I went too far. Wow, that's interesting. There it is. 2-bit. Everybody else has got futures, man. That's kind of weird. Let's go with let's try with... Why did I do that? I just want my same thing, right? I'm just trying to add you to my watch list, and I can't even do it. I can't even add this one. All right, so I'm trying to. Is this how we do it? Oh, okay. God, you make that so confusing. Why? Now I can add it. Well, la-di-da. Okay, well, we got it over here if I can ever remember to look for it and see it. I'll keep up with the bid. There we are, bid. Put you over here in section 2, top of section 2. I want to throw an alert right there, so she'll let me know when she comes down. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. All I got. I'm going to do something here at the end. Probably won't spend too much time. We've been going for 2 hours already, and it may offend some people. Sometimes when I talk about this dude, some people don't like it too much, but he's teaching something that's not taught correctly, and that's what I got to go over this and make an argument for why and show you data why that's being applied incorrectly. I feel it's my duty as someone who respects more traditional styles of technical analysis to continue that trend. Mitch Ray also feels the same way about that stuff. And when you got people that either are, or maybe they weren't fully trained, or maybe they misconstrued things, or maybe they just don't give a damn and just want to say something, whatever it takes to get engagement and clicks and whatever. It doesn't matter right or wrong, just throw something out there. Getting some misinformation out there that can lead people to ruin. So we're going to spend some time talking about that now. So if you're sensitive, you may now exit the building. Some people already have. We're down to 24 now. All right, there we go. Well, that was easy. Are we ready? After that, we'll go to the end screen and hear music and stuff and say goodnight. All right. I think the message on him screen got him not reading any more chat. I'll come back. Okay, let's see. I am a new or intermittent trader. 60% of you are saying yes. I wonder if they're still here. I did something today that just turned me on to something I've never done before. This is not even what I was going to talk about, the dissing of the guy. This is something else. But, you know, I've been playing around with some GAN software and stuff like that, trying to learn my way around it. And I use Grok, but any AI will do it. Especially, they got them now where you can talk to. And then it gave me the idea, let me just throw this in. If you're brand new, I think instead of joining some trading group to teach you all the secrets and stuff, what you do know and apply it, and I may do this as an example too, but you just telling Grok what you're doing on the charts. Hey, I'm drawing a trend line for this, or I'm using my fib to do this. I went through my whole strategy. Listen, the price is here and I'm drawing my fib and I'm approaching this level. I view this as the zone that and I just tell her everything that I'm doing. You know, I consider this my I wish I'd bought here zone. And then the feedback that you get, it's like having a little trading coach with you. So if you're not doing that, I mean, whatever that you are doing on the chart, just tell I'm looking at this moving average. Price is coming up to this moving average. This other moving average is above it, or this is below. You know, you just tell it what's going on, or send it a picture of the chart. I don't think you can do that with the vocal one, but you can the writing ones. But I was used to using the one you could talk to. And I mean, I'm like, this would be perfect for somebody new to trading, and I'll probably do that as an example. But I thought I'd throw that out. That's why I sent the poll out for that purpose. And maybe everybody that needed to hear that might have already left. I don't know. Right now, I'm going to go. I posted something. I saw something this morning on a channel that sometimes I screen through. I look mostly to where they're actually doing live trading because I don't give a crap about what they say about TA. Everything is always a flag to the upside. You can pretty much sum it up. But anyway. There's BitBoy. Oh yeah, BitBoy. So he's out of jail now and he's making videos. He hadn't seen him. Who else thinks that he's different? I mean, like he lost his soul. Like whatever fire was inside of him has been totally snuffed out and he's just like a shell just reading. He sounds like he did when he first started. Hello everyone, welcome to I'm Ben Armstrong, BitBoy. It's maybe he's on Depakote or something. I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. All right, so here's what I'm bringing up, and this is where some people get, you know, they're not happy about it. But here's what went on. Okay, this morning, and I guarantee you, okay, this is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer. This is what he's calling right at the first show, and very confidently with bravado. But he did something really weird over here. He went, look, shoulder, head and shoulder. I don't see any way that the price will not come down to 104. A dump. Well, this is a shoulder, head and shoulder. It's a drunken head and shoulder. There is no such thing as a drunken head and shoulder. And for one, do you see how he drew it? He drew it as a top pattern head and shoulder, okay? Now, I got with Grok on this too. And we went over this, and at first she gave me just a lame ass excuse. Yes, it can be, and it can be bullshit. I'm like, and I said, Grok, I don't see a shoulder, head and shoulder. I don't see a head and shoulder since listen. Well, you're correct. And then I said, well, why would somebody be teaching somebody to apply a top pattern here at the bottom? And then Grok went in deep dive. That's kind of interesting. We'll go over that too. But it did. That was a thing. What we're doing, I can break down 2 cardinal rules that are broken here. One, trying to apply a top pattern, the head and shoulders top. We're not looking for an inverted head and shoulders. That's what he should have been looking for if he's trying to look for it. A reversal at support. That's the second rule, is at support. You're trying to apply a top pattern at support. This is called shorting support. This is the same thing. If you reverse the charts, it's the same thing as buying the top, which he does too. All right. Now, ironically, the way that he presents all this stuff, and it sounds so, so confident, and if somebody says they're going to trade against him, he gets all bent up and he starts banning people or talking bad about him. He gets very into his ego, which is another warning. egos will destroy you, and it's amazing that it's hard, I guess, to see in yourself, and I knock on wood that I don't have one. I hope I don't, because I think a lot of times if you got one, you don't realize it. But if people keep telling you that you do, then maybe I'll listen and think maybe I need to look and see if I'm just too full of myself. But this did not play out. What we got is what you seen Bitcoin do. Okay, and I pointed out what I saw over here with the group. I'm like, this is what's happening. We're breaking out and doing this. This is where we were called. He was called for head and shoulder to the downside. At support. Okay, no. I mean, no. It's just like what we got here. We invert this. This is the same thing, and you will see that happen, man. A flag to the upside, right here, right? You would see that. But if we did it here, this is the upside. This is the upside, or upside down here. This is what it looks like regular. And this is where he was doing it down here. This is where he was doing it down here. It's the same if we invert it as if he was calling a flag to the upside, or looking for an inverted head and shoulder. It was applying a bottom pattern at a top. You don't do that. You don't do that. All right, and to quit bitching and just go to it. I got with Grok on it, and let's just go ahead and get Grok up, and we'll get that conversation up here. Give me just a moment here. Oh snap! Don't want to bore everybody. Where's I gotta figure out how we get over to our conversations. Is it this one? They switched things around on me. All right, so can we get you back over here, Grok? This is Grok. Hello, Grok. And I was asking, and it came up with some very interesting reasons why somebody would teach this. And I don't know if all these apply, but they could. And they're kind of very clever. And now I'm starting to wonder. But anyway, here's what I asked: a simple question. I said, is it normal to apply a regular head and shoulders pattern to a possible bottom support? And this is what Grok says. Just take it for Grok. I said, let me turn the music down. It says applying a head and shoulders pattern at a possible bottom support is not typical. That's not typical. That's what I keep saying. Doing stuff that is just is not right, and when it doesn't work out, wonder why it doesn't work out. Okay, the head and shoulders pattern is traditionally a reversal pattern that forms after an uptrend, signaling a potential shift to a downtrend. It consists of a left shoulder, a peak, a right shoulder, a higher peak, a head, and then a right shoulder. And some of you guys might not know what it is, so I've got to just kind of draw it out here quickly. And so a regular head and shoulders pattern. Can we get you over here? I do my brush tool. Price action is basically coming up, coming down to a similar area, rising again, usually higher, making the head, and then what we look for is it to come back to a similar area, right? Preferably that can be slightly slanted, but it does affect the performance of it. And then for a textbook head and shoulder, this right shoulder would be lower than this left shoulder textbook for the best performing ones. You can get some variations where it goes a little higher, and that starts making it where it may not play out for you, it may invalidate. Okay. And so they draw a neckline, and then it's supposed to be a reversal pattern, like a triple top reversal pattern. It's a variation of it. And what it says is that price couldn't get, if a true head and shoulders, like what I got drawn here, what it's saying is this couldn't even get past the first high. Yeah, we're ready to head down. There was not enough buying potential to take us past this high here, much less the high that we had, but we couldn't even get past the first one. Hell yeah, this one's got a damn good chance of playing out. Head and shoulder reversal. But the thing is, you got to be going up into it to reverse halves and reverse two, right? You do not apply this at a bottom with price coming down. That's probably incorrectly, and to expect this result, well, that's just stupidity. Okay, I'm just going to call it for what it is. Now, this thing is invalidated when price comes back above whatever this head is, and then boom, this pattern is we can't draw anymore. This pattern is no more invalidated. It's confirmed only when you do break the neckline. Until then, it's just a hope and a dream where it's a possible pattern that could be easily invalidated until we break the neckline. That's the rules of the game, okay? That's the easiest rules of the game I can tell you. And that's how it should be applied at tops. That's what it's for. And Grok does agree. All right, go back to Grok. Where you at, Grok? Did we lose Grok? Grok, I lost you. Okay. At a bottom support where price is likely to find buying interest after a downtrend, you'd more commonly look for an inverse head and shoulder, which would be the upside down version. This bullish reversal pattern features a left shoulder. Okay, it goes through and shows it's upside down version. A break above the neckline would indicate potential uptrend. Using a regular head and shoulders at support level could imply an expectation of further downside, which contradicts the typical row of support and reversal. We're saying it's kind of odd. It's possible to see a complex misidentified pattern. Misidentified is key word. But this would be unconventional unless the support is part of a larger consolidation before another leg down, blah, blah, blah. Context like prior trend. I'm not even agreeing with you on all that. In context like prior trend, direction volume is key to validating this. What do you think about a trend leading into and I said I want to understand why anyone would actively teach others to apply a head and shoulder pattern where they don't fit at bottom areas, which this was, because Grok didn't know what happened after I sent him. I just sent him a picture. It reversed. It did not drop. This all started with me just sending Grok this picture, that same picture I showed you. I said, tell me what's going on here. And at first he just caved and gave me a weak answer, but then I asked those questions, and then this is what it said. It got deeper, right? Why would you teach somebody that? Well, you were probably taught incorrectly. Subjective interpretation of overfitting patterns. You know, technical analysis is inherently subjective, and it can be. You can see that, especially when it comes to patterns, apparently. A head and shoulders pattern, it shouldn't be. There should be guidelines for these patterns. Every pattern you go by, there's a guideline. Thomas Bukowski gives you those guidelines. That's why I mention him all the time. Head and shoulders pattern requires a specific criteria. There's criteria required. Oh my gosh, you couldn't say it any better. A prior uptrend wasn't there, people. We're on the downtrend when he's calling that. 3 peaks, didn't even have it. He called it a drunken head and shoulders. He made up his own version. Okay, making stuff up here. All right, why are we doing that? Okay, so it's going to go here. So why teach it anyway? Traders often force fit patterns due to confirmation bias. That makes a lot of sense because that's what happens. You're trying to force something onto there that doesn't belong and expect a result that you're probably not going to get because you're not looking at what's really there, which is probably something else. So we don't want to force patterns, and this person forces patterns a lot. And this is why you see me talk about, because I just bring up what they do all the time. Okay, you don't see me talking about other people, and I try not to mention names, but I'm just calling out what I see. And this person is getting this, he's the best DA in the game, and I'm like, how? Look at the rules we're breaking here, people. It's a slap in the face for anybody that respects traditional technical analysis or traditional pattern trading. It's probably why so many people are offended. I'm just saying. Okay. So in crypto, where volatility is high, patterns can be stretched across time frames, 1 minute to weekly charts, just to justify a narrative. This educator, they did a deep dive on him. I didn't ask Grok to do that, but he was searching through all of his posts and everything. So this is Grok's opinion on all this from all the deep dive it did that I wasn't asking for. This educator frequently references head and shoulders, both regular and inverted, in his updates, often hedging with phrases like could dump lower or looks promising but bearish. It's possibly he genuinely believes the pattern applies, even if it's unconventional. So it's possible he really actually believes this stuff as a way to highlight potential risk. Okay, so maybe he thinks he's doing something good by saying that. All right, however, this can confuse learners. That's my point, as misapplied patterns have a high failure rate, which is evidence, and that's why I point them out. And then we see that every once in a while he might get one, and I'll give him credit when he does. But when you see me post that, this usually would be breaking a rule, and I'm trying to point it out as an educational thing, especially for the people that might actually be out there paying this man to teach them things that are going to go against them. And by the time they figure this out, they're like, man, everybody else in crypto is going up, and here I am with this. I'm not gaining, I'm not winning trades, and I'm doing things wrong. Things aren't working out for me. Why is everybody else making money and I ain't? That's where you find yourself. All right, so Studies on TA, technical analysis, show patterns like head and shoulders succeed only about 50 or 60% of the time, even when they fit well. Even when they fit well. There's just a percentage that they're going to play out. If you force them and make them something they're not, you're just skewing the rules of the game. You're forcing patterns, right? So what are some other reasons that somebody would teach that then if it's incorrect? And it can get a little kind of dark here, okay? Crypto influencers strive on consistent output to build audiences. This person hosts live streams, runs a YouTube channel, I didn't tell him that, and promotes a paid group with over 1,200 members. I thought it was around 2,000. That's $200,000 a month coming in every month like clockwork from the people that he can get to join that group. Not to mention all the other little things, classes, the bonus upsell to the advanced thing that he doesn't teach. Focusing on trading education for coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Sol, dramatic bearish calls, example, downside targets from a Head and Shoulders that support, generate more clicks, views, and discussions than neutral analysis. Maybe I need to learn something here. Motivation. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, or fear of loss, drives engagement. A "this could crash" prediction at a bottom grabs attention, even if it reverses, because if you notice today, he had that setup going short, but when he was playing it, he was taking all these scalp longs. He wasn't then, right? And then you get the spill, which would have to be confusing to anybody beginning or intermediate. Why is he flip-flopping so much? Well, this way, ladies and gentlemen, he's never wrong, because he can call a bottom if it calls short. If we go bottom, this is why you come here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why, because we're that accurate. Or if it goes up, well, I was long in the bottom. We knew. And maybe they passed off. So I posted this in the Discord group. If you'd been there, you would have known when I told you that it was going to be a bottom. And you get all this. And I'm starting to believe that this is what's going on. I really am. If wrong, it's easy to pivot. It was a fake out without losing followers. I think that's it. This isn't unique. On many platforms like X, formerly Twitter, post frequent TA to promote services. His bio and post emphasize joining his community, suggesting education is a revenue stream, which it is, a huge one for his lifestyle. Which, by the way, if you're following him, he's pretending that he traded his way to those millions. He can't show any receipts for it. And you'll see him, he'll take an account. He tanked a couple of accounts a few weeks ago, and then magically they showed up with more money in them. Oh my gosh, it was just totally he went all full port on one that did not go his way. It was down. He just went full Degens. So this was his last $600. I'm going full port. And then when you come back the next day or whatever, magically it's at $3,000. Now, you know, if he made a trade for $3,000 win like that, it would be showing it, yeah, bragging about it, because it's not something that he's used to. I'm just saying, I'm just calling things as I see them, and this is where I get people. Now we got people back in here. We got 26 people. Teaching patterns where they don't fit keeps content flowing. I never thought of it that way, as waiting for the perfect setup for the. But you know, now that I think about it, why do I watch him? Because he pisses me off when he does the wrong things, and I see him teach. It pisses me off, and I watch him to see him what he's going to do wrong. He may be smarter than I'm giving him credit for, but it's a dark smart. I mean, if that's your shtick, or maybe it just comes naturally and easy for him just to fall into that. You know, maybe he's just got them used car sales people vibes. I don't know. But I wasn't really thinking along those lines. But that was wild. Teaching patterns where they don't fit, like doing it on purpose, and maybe making up all these little drunken head and shoulders and drunken cupping handles and just, you know, maybe, you know, giving the FU to traditional technical analysis, knowing that you're going to ruffle the feathers of those people, gets the engagement to help build your channel. And maybe that's why his channel's growing. I don't know. Makes sense now, don't it? Gee, if I come on here and just start telling you guys whatever, just make shit up. I'll start making up pattern names, and maybe my channel can grow to. How do you find peace within yourself with that, if you know, though? I mean, I don't know. I got a lot of questions about that. Lack of rigorous expertise or risk management emphasis. Now, he says he's all about risk management, but when you watch what he does, it doesn't add up to the rules, man. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. He will risk a lot more than his 2%. He risks up to 10% just on the stop loss. So he gets stopped out for 10%. That's degen stuff. That's not for a responsible teacher. You should be a lot more conservative. I'm just saying. And if you're going to be degen, you need to make it very, very clear that, hey, I'm being degen right now. And I try to do that. I try to let you know this is not what I should do, but I'm letting you know that I'm doing something stupid. And sometimes he might say something that alludes to that, but if it ever works out in his favor, it's always, that was well planned, precise. We'll trade like a bot. Professional. We're a pro. Pro traders. Get all the right buzzwords because everybody wants to be a pro trader, right? Not all self-proclaimed educators have formal training. That's true. Many are self-taught traders sharing what has worked for them in the past. Applying a bearish pattern at a bottom contradicts standard TA principles. I want to read that again. Applying a bearish pattern at a bottom contradicts standard TA principles. Don't say it one more time. Applying a bearish pattern at a bottom contradicts standard TA principles. That's my biggest argument. That's why I show it, right? Support levels are for bounces, not breakdowns. But it might reflect inexperience or bias toward short-term trading. Maybe that's it. Inexperience. Now, he is inexperienced with leverage because he was totally against it a couple years ago. And now he's trying to be king of spot trading leverage or day trading, scalp trading leverage, what I'm trying to say. Or a bias toward a short-term trading. I think he does get biases. Why actively teach it? To appear proactive or insightful. I think that's hitting it. In his post, he mixes bull bear scenarios, which, okay, you want to you make an argument, you want to see both sides, a positive side and bear side. But if you're leaning toward one, you would make your statement then and say, hey, that's what I try to do. I'll let you know. This is where I say that. This is what I think it's going to do. And even if it doesn't do it, I'm always saying, this is what I thought it was going to do. And this is why I thought that. Or that's what we should be doing. But that's different from playing both sides, calling all three ways upside and sideways, and then whenever way it goes, it says, we nailed it. This is why we called it. We called it. So I called. That starts getting into a different animal right there. All right, so bullish, bullseye and breakout, but head and shoulders suggested dump. What the hell does that mean? Which can educate on multiple viewpoints, but also dilutes accuracy. If the reversal happens, as you said, which that was where Bitcoin reversed, it didn't do what he said, right? He was wrong on it. Had to let Grok know. It highlights a key flaw. Patterns aren't predictive in isolation. Now, I thought that was genius. I've never said that, but you might hear me say that again. That is a great thing that Grok just said there. Patterns are not predictive in isolation. And so zooming in on them on the small time frames and trying to get the little local pattern, and then they're trying to predict from that. It's always zooming out and trying to get those bigger pictures. And you got to see how a bunch of things work together, not just patterns, but you also want to use some other things with that, some other indicators, another method, another tool, not just rely on any one thing. And patterns, I like that. Patterns are not predictive in isolation, and I don't use them in isolation. But that's use it in isolations where you're doing nothing else. You're just like, oh, well, that's this shape. It's a flag shape. I'm in. That would be looking at it in isolation. Look, it's a cup and handle. I'm in. Okay, so I agree. I totally agree. Real pros stress probabilities, stops, and volume. Omitting this while teaching mismatched patterns can mislead beginners into bad trades. Let me say that one more time. You hear him talk about probabilities, but he never tells you what they are other than 68%. That's the only one he knows. Or he says 50-50 pattern, which I've never even heard of that before. I don't even know where he gets that. I have not found a source anywhere that says 50-50 pattern for anything. There's just not. I haven't found it. Where's your source? He never gives a source for one thing. You'll hear me talk about Bukowski because that's where I get my sources. Case in point, for those of you that don't know, but if you want some accurate breakout statistics, here, I'll do a solid right now. You can screenshot this or something. And there you go. These are Bukowski statistics for the breakout in the direction and what the percentages are. And Bukowski wrote the encyclopedia on pattern trading. He wrote the book on it. He retired in his 30s from trading stocks with these ideas. One nerdy software engineer. He's just the perfect person to go in there and get all this nerdy little statistic. This one's a 60% chance. I tech tested it. And I did it in my underwear. I mean, he's an amazing dude. I mean, very dry. If you read his stuff, he's a novelist too. I've never read his novels. Hopefully they're more interesting than encyclopedias and other books. But these were the first things that really got me going over here, learning this. 72% chance that bullish megaphone down there at the left over here. What? This is the very first one I'm pointing to right there. 72% chance that breaks the upside. 52% when they're going facing upward that they break to the downside. These are just some key. This is a little cheat sheet right there for you guys, based off of Thomas Bukowski, if that helps for you new guys that are still here. 60% of you said that you were kind of still new or intermediate, so that's why I do this. Okay, so here's another thing. Now another reason. Why would somebody teach that? Why would they be teaching that? So I found this to be very interesting, the content creator. The other one's market manipulation or self-interest. Now that one I don't think applies as much, but in crypto, unregulated space, some influencers make bold calls to influence price for personal gain. Now we've seen that. I don't think he does that. I think he's tried it on the sly, because he would leave one certain coin up every time he would come onto his new show, or he would keep doing that, and he would talk about it, but he'd always leave it up there like it's subliminal. He's into this subliminal thing, so I think I did see him do that one time. I haven't seen him do that very much. One thing I've seen him do lately, though, you watch him, and one day he even talked about, he was calling short like he was doing with this past one, but then he flipped the script on it and went long, and then he made it sound, well, you got to be in my trading group to get the signals, because there's a lot of little things I'm doing on this and that gave me what I did to flip, and you wouldn't honestly, what I seen him do was flip over to his bot, because he's got a bot thing, and I think he's taking a lot of his signals from that bot. I swear I do. And when he changes his mind a lot, it's because the bot is. I think he's following that. It was Bookmap, and he still does Bookmap. But Bookmap was one of the biggest things to draw his trend lines to the targets that Bookmap gave. And then now I'm seeing a lot of this bot stuff where he's flipping over, and whatever the bot's doing, he's trying to imitate the bot. But he's going to sell it to his audiences. Well, it was my expertise that. And the bot did what I did. That's usually what it sounds like. And the bot agreed with me. Is how it's sold. There's a lot of shilling and selling going on over there. So that said, the broader community often criticizes traders for cherry picking wins. So he gets criticized a lot, according to Grok, for his 38,000 followers, and verified stats suggest that he's seen as legitimate by many, with posts focusing on balanced updates rather than hype. However, there's no direct evidence here of scams or deliberate misleading. Okay, I'll make that clear. Grok says that. No direct evidence here of scams or deliberate. I don't think a lot of this, I think, is coming from ego. A lot of it I do, but then there's some of it I think that he does know, and he just like, we'll let it slide. Yeah, well, I'm okay with that. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, searches for reviews and complaints about the particular trader turned up nothing negative. And I even seen one thing where he's rated as being the best in the game. Just general warnings about crypto Twitter charlatans. Okay, it says, that said, the broader community often criticize traders for cherry picking wins, like caught the pump from inverted head and shoulders, while downplaying failures. And that definitely happens there. Those failures are always downplayed. Well, that's all right, because the last trade I made 1,000, so this is nothing. Oh, this is nothing compared to what my big muff. You'll see all that. Which my argument with this, you're downplaying it, but doing so is telling the new traders, like, well, don't worry about being specific about your risk management on your account and managing that. I mean, you're giving them excuses to think, well, it's okay, we can bend the rules. It's a bad message, not what you want to do if you're a teacher. One reason why I'm being hard, because he's a teacher, paid very well, handsomely, too handsomely, I think, to be teaching misinformation, which is what I categorize a lot of what he does as. Either poorly trained or misinformed is the only thing that I can say. If a pattern reverses, it might be ignored in future content, perpetuating the cycle. And, you know, very rarely will he say anything about any of his other calls when he comes back on, you know, the flags to the upside that didn't play out, other than, you know, the market went against us. Well, that was his excuse. Wasn't anything about, oh man, that was that resistance, and that probably wasn't a good area to put it. I'll tell you though. You may I'm going to put it in my vanity wall if I see it. I'm going to show you where the resistance at that you didn't see, or the big picture you didn't see, because that's how you learn. In crypto, where 90% of traders lose money, per various studies, wrong calls are the norm. TA fails, often in news, whales, or macro events. This reversal you mentioned aligns with that. Bottoms are tricky, and what looks bearish may have been the shakeout before a bounce. Influencers teach these patterns to empower followers, but the active part often boils down to building a brand more than teaching. More subs and more views. What I said earlier was, I think that leans to it. I never really looked at it that way, but why teach this way? Why force fit those patterns? For content and engagement, I never looked at it that way, that he'd be doing this, maybe this on purpose, or not respecting traditional TA values, maybe to ruffle feathers so he can get views, because I knew that is the reason why I watch. I really don't give a damn about what he has to say or anything. I don't believe in anything he has to say. But I never looked at it that way. But wow, I gotta, wow. Well, I'm doomed to grow this channel. I guess I'm just going to forever be one of the small channels that tries to keep things on the real. And it seems like all the ones that make the bold claims. I mean, we talked about BitBoy earlier. He was the one last year that was doing all this stuff and chilling and everything, and he was the #1 channel on YouTube. But I don't know. Crazy. Anyway, that's my spiel, and that's what Grok had to say about it too. My thing was, not a good idea to apply top patterns at bottoms. That's how this all started. Anyway, I've been going for way too long. 67% of you are new or intermediate, so I'm honored about that. That's good. I believe that what I show you, and that what other YouTubers that show up on the stream too, like Joe from Trade Intuition, Meet Damien, Charting Crypto. I don't even know if he streams anymore. He doesn't usually show up on my stream, but he's no one to lie. You know, people can help you figure this market out, and I think you get much more reliable information and strategies by watching a variety of people that will be honest about what they're doing, and not out there so much trying to get clicks or to sell you a group. Okay, and then some of these people might have a group. Okay, but it's a different. You can tell if it's the main focus of what they're doing. Like, there was a point before he started making millions. That's probably what helped him get to millions. Like almost every 5 minutes, it was like, join my group, or talking about his group. It's like you could almost tell when he had a bill due or something like that, because he'd be pushing the group and everything. I think now, Sported, this dude has earned about $10 million. He's saying he's worth $10 million now. And there's no receipts from trades, and it's pretty apparent that if you made $10 million in the last 3 years, it kind of adds up if you're making around $200,000 a year or a month from your trading group income, $99 a month. I'm just saying. And for some people, they have no problem whatsoever with that. But I think for the new people, they don't see the business that is behind it, and why it would behoove somebody to get you, and not only get you, but to keep you in that group for years. And you hear comments like, "Oh, it'll take years of following me to get to where I am." And yeah, like, yeah, you're just reeling them all in, right? Smart business model, I gotta say. In some ways, I think he's a freaking genius as far as that goes, but he's shady as F is to me, though. All right, I think this is his longest stream. Have we been going 2 hours and 43 minutes? It's the coffee. I think so. So, oh, hey, there's Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? No, the Apple Water stream was it? Oh my God, the Apple Water stream. Oh, I'm still living that down. I'm still ashamed. I'm so ashamed. I was drinking Apple Water because I didn't want to try lemon water, but I got the Crown Royal version of Apple Water, or Jack Daniel's Apple Water. It was one of the two, and it tastes like Jolly Ranchers. And wow, you can drink a lot of that really quick and not realize it. And it got interesting that night. I think I danced naked. I don't know if I did or not, but it seems like that's what happened. I'm so ashamed. It was a wild night. I remember that. Says your ADHD is the worst I've ever seen it. No coffee for you. It can get out there. Mr. Miles said he requests cash from yesterday's super chat and you missed it. Did it? Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Miles. I don't ever mean to. Oh, well, that was during the. And you mentioned that, and then I got cut off again. Let's go do Caspa. I still owe you the Grok thing, and I will still do that, Mr. Miles, when I'm not two or 3 hours deep into a show. But do that. That sounds like it'd be fun. But think of a good character or a question or whatever. Hell, it don't even have to be Caspa. Whatever you want to do, Mr. Miles. But it's not going to be tonight. Looking at Caspa, we're looking at the dollar. Still lost a trend line, but you know that was the real trend line. In my idea was over here. And ooh, I like your higher lows. I like your higher lows. You got a pretty higher low. So wow, that almost looks like a type 2 retest on one of the harmonic patterns. That's what they look like when they happen, but I don't see the harmonic. So we had that, but now we got this, and that's not saying a whole lot. There is some confluence right there. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for them angles. All right, I'm going to play you that way. Let me do some quick analysis. 618. Okay, Mr. Miles, we've got a target right up here at 14.3 cents. A very good target right up there. And then we got this other one right here. The square root of pi. And that's going to be at 13.6, 14.2. Those are the most bitchin' higher highs that I can give you for Caspa. And that's what she needs to do. If we are doing something bullish, that's where it needs to go. If we start breaking down because Bitcoin breaks down, then we can be, so the first place I'll be looking still the 7 cent area. And then if we lose that, then we're looking for lower low area at 5 cents if things start getting rough for altcoins. Right now it doesn't. It looks like we're still going to get some traction out of altcoins. The other thing that we see is a trend line here, which we need to zoom out if we're going to, be respectable and good, and see if we can track the full length of it. And this one starts here. It started a little bit lower than our bigger major one, so we'll keep an idea. We got 3 touches, so that's a strong valid trend line, and that is suggesting that immediately in the immediate term, if we go straight up, just right under 11 cents. Right there, and that'd be about 786 retracement from here to here if we're doing a fib. So that makes another excellent target to shoot for. Right at 11 cents there. We're just under 9 now. We've been hanging tight, making higher lows and lower highs, squeezing in a symmetrical triangle shape, which we talked about. It's not my favorite, but we're making progress after losing all this. So the scallop shape coming back to where it started. We got a good chance for it to start seeing more higher highs and higher lows out of it. And then it against Bitcoin, probably not looking as good right now, but it may be on a good trajectory. Let's look at it against Bitcoin. I know Mr. Miles likes to do that. And okay, she's gaining against Bitcoin. I mean, slowly over time, not like she did back in July where, wow, that was really good. Caspa really beat up on Bitcoin in July. Well, I'd like to see something like that happen again. That'd be cool. Still looking for this area over here. Nothing's changed. And looks like we're a little higher than when we first looked at that idea. Okay, so cool. Higher lows. Definitely need to take this guy out. I'll be happier when I see that happen. This is, for me, this is the main area. Right up there with another 60% up. And she's just cleared these areas, so it's now, it looks like it's trying to take. We got to watch it. See the progress, measure the progress, but she's gained the 360 moving average. What I'm saying, the signs I'm seeing is ticking off boxes, just being slow about it on Bitcoin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to the end screen now, and we're going to wind this show down. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, all 28 of you. Wow, to the end.
Yo.
Our poll has been completed. I'm a new or intermediate trader? 66% say yes. 33% of you say no. You guys have already got the skills. Congratulations, you guys. And for you guys that are learning, you just got to ask questions. Oh. Yeah.
The glows are fake. Watch the beat ignite. Scam, jam, vibe, snake oil in the beat.
Maybe tomorrow.
Gold, got nada but defeat. Sammy, where's the cash? All flex, no stack. Murmurs mute, you're bragging from the back. Disappointment hits, no refund in play. Crypto dreams crash, I'm out the game today. Trap curse stings, learned it with the laugh. Never trust a suit, dodging Sammy's path. Ha! Scam alert.
Did it? I hope so.
Thought his crew was fire, 1,200 strong, they boast, but it's all self-hype. A ghost
Oh, it
town
did.
host, empty signals,
Nice.
no wins. Just echo lies, Sammy's wolf grin hides.
That's on the 4 hour, too.
Revenge trades, nah, he robbed my stash clean. Showboat in suit, I'm done with this scene. X calls him out, Reddit's buzzing the tea. Formed by the guru, now I'm breaking free.
It's a good sign.
Vibe, snake oil in the beat. Paid for gold, got nada but defeat. Sammy, where's the cash? All flex, no stack. Members mute, you're bragging from the back. Disappointment hits, no refund in play. Crypto dreams crash, I'm out the game today. Trap curse stings.
6 minute below the Lucy line. Talking to the devil.
Crypto gleams a trap, watch me
I like this idea a lot. Let's go. Let's work our way back up to 117. See if we can do that by Friday.
Viral lesson drops. Suits going down.
We're looking for 114,208 for Bitcoin. Near target. Ow.
Let's play this game.
Good ass copy. Keep me up all night.
You slide in smooth for bull run tees. Crypto flirt with that slick dark ease. First wave hits, you're all smooth lines. Second row pulls got me losing my mind. Third push
Guarantee you tomorrow, Sammy will be saying that he called the bottom. But I showed you clearly where that is not what he put out there. It is not what he put out there. He was very adamant about this. I don't see how this drunken head and shoulder, I don't see how Bitcoin cannot reach $104,000. Really? I'm glad I took that short down. That sounds like a personal problem. Oh, Curly, I get you. Yeah, she's kind of cute.
Hearts bounce like crypto swings. Wild and raw. In this dark love trap.
Oh, look at you, Crow. Look at you, Crow. Heading toward 25-cent target. She busted past her 886. It's on, baby. We're up into the, we're going to the upper room. 25 cents. We're at 28. And was is that? You got a deep ass retracement. Yeah, I'm not looking at it. I don't see the reason for it to go to the 29-30 cent area. I'll be happy if it does. But we got a big ass target right here at 25. That's the big 236 testing area. If I measured that correctly, yeah. Man, go Crow. Do it, baby. Big megaphone pattern. Yeah, I know. Sounds crazy until that one day when Crow was at 26 cents. That stupid road dog is at 8.5 cents. It ain't ever going to go there for a long time. And here we are. Suck it, Sean. You should have bought some. That was a great area to stack up on there. Those little bottom ranges. So juicy. Love me some good old bottom action right there. Parabola. That's a fun word to say. Parabola. I'm just sitting here drinking some good ass coffee, listening to the jams on our third hour here at Road Dog Radio. Late night. Get your groove on.
Hustle blues, grooves been singing altcoin season for days. Wrong call stacking, lost in the haze. Bitcoin dominant, sinking, they dodge the truth. All coins crash hard, stealing our youth. They push that bye-bye. Street game and play, chasing flags to the upside, then decay. Red bags dropping hopes of cruelties. Markets a graveyard, leaving us to freeze.
That's what my wife says.
Right here, Bitcoin dives, all coins disappear. Smoke faces bloated, we call the play. Chasing flags to the upside, led astray. What the hell? Thought you knew the game. Confidence bust, we taking the blame. Mofos choking on their own regret. This hustle blues ours, ain't paid to take. We chase their hype, feel our cash drain fast. They spin that fraud, shattering dreams at last.
Shields beat, pumping coins, got the whole damn crowd. I was young, chased the buzz, thought I moved real quick. Bet my stack, no research, man, that move was sick. Leverage high, no stop loss. Watch my wallet bleed, held too long, market dip, left me in the weeds. Discourse cheer said, hold up tight, but I crashed so hard. Now I'm back with smarts, trading clean, no scars. If you wanna go and trade with me, stack them coins in the game with me. Roll through dips, keep it fly with me. Hey, hey, must be the crypto. If you wanna see the charts go green, dodge the crash, keep it clean with me. Hit the market, live the dream with me. Hey, hey, must be the now riding charts, got my game on lock. Check the tag, read the white paper, know the market's clock. Discord's wild, but I don't chase the shillers, empty hype. Set my sales, keep it cool, watch my profits spike. Low leverage, I ain't tripping on no margin call. Learn my lesson, now I'm ballin', standing 10 feet tall. Group thinks dead, I'm the one who's calling all the shots. Trade with me, we'll be stacking crypto to the top. Woo! If you wanna go and trade with me, stack them coins in the game with me. Roll through dips, keep it fly with me. Hey, hey, must be the crypto. If you wanna see the charts go green, dodge the crash, keep it clean with me. Hit the market, live the dream with me. Hey, hey, must be the crypto. Yo, why you chasing every pump? Hey, that's a rookie move. Study charts, don't ride the dump. Hey, keep your head in groove. Risk what you can lose. Stay sharp. Hey, plan your exit right. Trade with me, we'll light the spark. Hey, stacking day and night. I'm the king of trades, got my vision crystal clear. Discourse noise can't shake me, I ain't got no fear. Every dip's a chance, I'm scooping coins when they low. Flip them high, cash out clean, watch my portfolio grow. No more FOMO, I'm the one who's setting all the trends. Crypto life, living large, rolling with my friends. Wanna win and join the squad, we trade into the moon. Trade with me, we'll hit the top, we'll be there real soon. If you wanna go and trade with me, stack them coins in the game